Who do you call in the case you need a hit? Page and age and 006. Page and age and 006. Page and age and 006. Who do you call in the case you need a hit? Page and age and 006. Page and age and 006.
And I'm just gonna clap to sync.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Blueprint Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest in the building. We have a rapper, engineer, songwriter, producer, Reno all-star. The bee's knees, his legs, and his arm, baby. Okay, this is Travis Wayne. How you feeling, Travis?
Let's go, y'all. Pleasure.
Start barking.
But yeah, we're back. We've been gone for about a month, right? That's what it sounds like.
We apologize for the hiatus. There was a couple of scheduling issues.
Yeah, and you know, your boys just got real busy, and you know, it's just life. You know, it happens.
Too busy.
But we're back. You know, we got the Teflon Don. We got Stewie Ooey. We got the Juice, me, and we got our boy T. You know what I'm saying? We're ready.
Making up names.
Good.
I feel like
I am gang, but they call me the Juice.
Y'all hear me over
I'm
there?
filled with juice right
They
now,
call
man.
me
I got
child.
Gatorade right next to me, dude.
So
Check
he's
this
just
shit out.
out here killing spouses.
No.
That's
Oh, don't compare me to that, man.
That's your favorite. Hey, he called himself the Juice.
Hey, there's plenty of other juices, right? You ever heard of Juventud Guerrera, wrestler? The
No,
Juice?
I heard about the Juice that
Hoovy?
murdered his wife.
Okay, that's terrible. Don't do that.
I heard about the Juice that stabbed his fucking ex-wife.
Simply Orange. My man, Simply Orange. I feel like you can't hear me in the mic at all. Oh, okay.
No, we
it's just
hear
me
you just
then.
fine.
Oh,
Yeah, bump it up a little.
I can't hear my snare in my headphones.
So, Wayne, we know you up to greatness at the moment, but what sort of greatness have you been up to?
I don't even know.
All right, before you answer that question, the reason why your headphones are probably that, because I think one of them is just like
Yeah.
doesn't hear right, and one does. So I think your right one is the good, and your left one just.
Yeah,
but don't
those
worry.
headphones are
Yeah,
fine.
but as long as they can hear you, you're all right. That's why I don't use
Yeah, I
that
can
one.
hear you.
Thanks.
For sure.
All right, there you
Thanks. All right. What am I on? A whole lot. But what am I doing?
Get in the mic.
Yeah, how you been, man?
I'm all right. I'm
How,
good.
How's that shaking? What are you working on, man? What are you doing?
Busy.
Well,
I
actually,
was-
well, before you answer, what are we doing right now? I mean, I know you're kind of rushing. Are you busy? What were you
Yeah,
doing?
because we couldn't.
I might be a little Russian, like probably 2%.
Shut the fuck up.
No, so like.
That's a show, y'all. P.
Damn,
So
damn, damn, he got
more of
Justin
the
back
story
there.
dropped, right? So I'm working on. We've got one visual underway, and then another in the process, and then we're just kind of doing a series. And then underneath that, I have this like kind of R&B experiment I'm doing.
No, sure.
I heard a
Call,
couple
like-
snippets on your
call,
IG
like-
story.
Yeah,
Oh,
called,
I
like,
did too, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, Hefe, I
Yeah,
see
man.
you.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. I've got a few concepts right now.
I like how you bring in your current style when it comes to rap music, and you're bringing that into that space.
Mm.
And also, I don't know if I heard
Appreciate
it
it.
correctly.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know if you said something
What?
in Spanish, because I know me, you, and
Oh,
Boz
that
were
was
talking about
that was
it.
what we dropped. Yeah, so Boz and I have
yeah.
been working on something new
Mhm.
too. Okay, so I was originally
That's
going to
different.
take a break off of like doing anything rap for the rest of the year and then work on Pontivus.
Mm.
That's like a sneak peek, but now it's not because like Jesus Christ.
May I explain Pontivus for the people who
Explain
don't
it?
know?
Oh yeah, so yeah, might as well because it's
So
like
we
2
acting like
years.
everybody
No.
know here.
So the whole concept behind Pontivus is just real like it's a play on Pontius Pilate, which he was the guy who sentenced Jesus to his crucifixion. And so I took that story symbolically as like killing your masters in the sense of like not necessarily surrendering yourself to something, but like hold on, let me back up, right? Because like I don't want to like overstep and say, say someone's belief in something higher is wrong, right? But like I believe that we are our own gods, right? We as people are
We
our
talked
own.
about this at the bar, yeah.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
remember this.
And ooh, dude, I'm real spacey. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, you're good, man. Look, don't let the mic scare you. I'm sure it doesn't, but don't let the podcast scare you.
No, if I'm not reading anything, I'm just like all over the place.
No,
Boz
dude,
found it out, figured it out last night. It's just like
I
now
know.
I get it. And it was just like, yeah, dude, yeah, I'm a
I mean,
mess.
you're good, and you know what? And
Um,
obviously, I hit you with that. Coming to this podcast,
Hey, this is
pretty
last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
no.
I push you my
No,
mic away.
you're
Stop
so
getting
good.
so goddamn close to it.
Let me get close.
I know
Swallow
you
this.
better this goddamn
Right.
mic over
You
here.
heard that shit too.
Sorry.
You sound like you got killed in the COD lobby.
So our faults for calling you in last minute.
Oh, dude, you guys are so good. No, I appreciate you guys inviting me in the first place. Yeah,
Oh, you
absolutely.
were bound to come here soon. Right?
No, yeah,
It was
that
either-
was a
Nah,
text
literally,
message.
I was
think
just
that was
telling
the
him.
next
I was
one,
just telling him. I was like, man, I'm excited to interview Wayne because
I was
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
we're
Like,
gonna
'cause
get
we've had fairly deep conversations just sitting at a
Mhm.
bar, and it was like like a third time interacting with each other in the real
Yeah.
world. You know what I'm saying. So I feel like, you and I could talk about a lot of intelligent things
Levels to this. Yeah.
when it comes to like spiritual matters. You
Yeah.
know, believing you are your own God, all that stuff. And I just feel like you as a human being and as an artist is fucking interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, man.
Well,
and-
and just that same
You an
thing, right?
interesting
It's
little
like
motherfucker, yeah.
is
You
if
are,
you think
yeah.
about it, right? The book of Genesis, right? God said, "Let there be light," and there was light, right? He just
Right.
spoke into existence and then manifested that,
Manifestation.
Mhm.
right? So it's just like, as an artist or just a creative individual, like whatever like you do, right?
think
It's
of,
like
yeah.
you have the ability to have this vision, right? And then put some sort of action into motion, and then see what comes of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You
Yeah,
still
bro.
create something. It's either it can be like a bushel, right? But it could be also a tree. You get what I'm saying? Like it could
Right.
be crappy, or it also could be something great. But like nonetheless, you still put a thought into existence.
And that's
you know what I mean?
due to the power of consciousness. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I believe
Mhm.
that, God itself is consciousness, and that's why we can't really calculate what it is. You know what I mean? There's no scientists don't know where consciousness is stored really. Like they don't know what the fuck it is.
It's in the ether. We are all one consciousness,
Exactly.
living through
Well,
different
like,
bodies.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
I
and if
feel- so
consciousness
for
has
me,
the power
like-
of manifestation, and we as humans have the power of manifestation, we are in turn God. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
old quote, I think therefore I am, you know what I mean? It just turns into that.
Yeah.
Right? I'm conscious. Are you conscious? Are you conscious? I don't know, but I know I'm conscious. I know I'm my own God. I can control my own destiny. I can create whatever comes to my mind.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Your imagination is the most powerful thing on this planet. Look at the things that have come of humanity due to imagination. You know,
Right.
these microphones allowing us to record, the studio, you know what I mean? Just everything that has blessed us in life is due to the creation of God, right? To God's creation, and we are God because we created this. That's what I believe. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you and I had the same conversation at the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like we have very similar views when it comes to that. Yeah.
Well, because like it's that same thing with consciousness, right? It's like because like I feel like you could say your soul is your conscious, right? Essentially, we are just energy trapped into like what this is. You know what I mean? You
Right.
can say that we're all held together, not just like by physics as or whatever, but like gravity itself, right? Interesting concept. Anyway, but when we're able to like identify with our conscious, right, and become aware, right, and tap into that, like, and that's another reason like I'm real big on 6, right? It goes in many directions.
You say 6 or sex?
6.
He said 6, but
Sex.
you
But
thought
he's
Sorry.
big on sex too.
That's true.
Have you listened to
just
Scarlet?
another vow, yeah.
Yeah, put them
Um,
avocados in there.
He's like, yeah, play Scarlet.
Right there.
Where were we at? 6. So that's 6th chakra is your awareness, right? Your third eye. So like I'm real big on being aware of thyself and preaching that to people, because that also goes along with like self-care. You know what I mean? Once you realize that like you might have some inner turmoil within yourself, you know what I mean? That's not necessarily addressed. Address it. You know what I mean? Identify with
Yep.
what it is, and then find a way, find resolve. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just like try to create that peace, right? I don't know, because like when you experience like an inner peace within yourself, you are going to want to experience that outwardly. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at with that.
Right. So do you feel the connection between it's like once you figure out or technically solve a problem within you, that you have more energy to do things after? Like almost you're like gaining like a soul energy from.
I think that's
Like-
where like meditation comes in handy, right?
Yeah.
And like stretching, because like I find the two to be in one, because like it allows me to not only like stretch out my body, right, but also like get in tune with myself, hear what I need to like focus on, but also internally like what am I like experiencing, you know what I mean? Because like the whole point is to be passing thoughts as they come, you know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean? And like just clearing your mind.
Disconnect from
Yeah,
your thoughts
exactly.
and not be like swayed like in the storm of your own thoughts.
Yeah. And like and like I feel like if you have something that is like, I guess, on your heart, right? It's like spend some time to do like feel what it is, and again like acknowledge what you feel, right? And then like address it and find some sort of resolve. And so
see, and that's the funny thing too is like
just create solutions if you have problems, right? Like I don't know.
You can feel that you have a problem, but you don't think about it.
Sure.
Right? You have you feel there's something wrong, but you don't know what it is because you're so caught up in the day-to-day stuff.
Well,
how have you found your problems? Because I know a lot of people hit that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so like, and that's another thing too, is just like if we're so like that inner voice, right? That's what I would consider to be my conscious, my higher self, right? Because like that's essentially me, also like not just thinking for myself, but also feeling for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the random droplets of the
yeah,
universe.
and so
that
just
dips
like when
into
like I feel like it's just a connection when I'm just like, I don't know, it's weird, hard to explain, but
no,
like
I think I explained this to Jimmy. So I'm like, there's like 4 parts of you. Like there's your body, there's your thinking mind where you think the words and you hear it in your head. There's that disconnected mind where you're like, you know, full meditation and you just feel like at one with everything. And then there's the thing watching that. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
At all?
So okay, so it's funny that you mentioned that whole the.
That's how I break it down in my mind.
Yeah. So like growing up, as a kid, like I would sleep, right, have my eyes closed, or try to go to sleep, have my eyes closed, and like I would see as if like there was a camera and I was seeing the camera.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Of like the whole room. Yeah. It was mad wild. So.
Yeah, I felt that too. And then like a lot of people I talked who like try to like get into meditation or done psychedelics or anything, they always experience that thing watching them, but you are that thing almost. Yeah.
I was also like, so I had this book called was it Mind in Motion, and it was speaking about just breaking down labels and how we just completely disconnect the fact that we are in space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just like, oh no, we're in Reno, Nevada, and it's just like, nah. And so like there's times when like I'll find myself I'll space in like conversation and get lost, but there's also times when I'll space out and zone out and like just I realize how non-present I am because I'll realize where I'm at. You know what I mean? Because I'm drawn back. You know what I mean? Going back to the whole like seeing where I'm at. Okay, like Reno, Nevada, west. Right now we're looking like world, Earth kind of thing, and so just like I get lost in that, and so it's that I have to like remind myself in those moments to draw back, because like some of these moments like I might not get back. Does that make sense? So
yeah, you can definitely lose yourself into a lot of daydreaming. Daydreaming is actually pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, because like
100%.
it's a great thing to do, right? And it's the same thing
But it's
with like imagination, right? Yeah, because like you can like
life,
no,
hardcore.
I need water.
Because I used to daydream all the time, and I'm like, oh man, I never have the energy to do anything. And it's like because I don't think about the things I have to do. I think about daydreaming. So I'm always disconnected from like where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have you felt that?
I'll be like making plans in advance and like thinking ahead, and then like I'll just get caught up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because I feel like we all have experienced this where you're so caught up in what could be that you don't do anything.
Would you like a beer instead? Because there's no water.
Oh, please, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I could have ran to the bathroom just like.
No worries.
Oh, you ain't drinking out of the sink, boy.
Sip
We'll
like
get you
a
a beer.
girl.
No, we ain't gonna let you do that. What kind of people would we? No beer?
You know, animals.
Right across the
They're
street.
both open? Ah, damn.
I mean, I got another Modelo right there that's not open if you want that.
Chilada, tomato
You
sauce.
like chilada?
I'll join you. Thank you, bro.
Join me?
Yeah.
Thank
I'll
you.
join you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good God.
You were trying to give it to.
No, you're good, TJ. My brother's got it for you. The Chilada.
Oh, thank you so much.
Sorry, everybody. We're taking
Yeah,
a little
I
intermission.
didn't hear that.
I appreciate it, bro.
And apologies for
Alright,
this
we're-
getting very spiritual. I know we kind of like.
No,
Hell
feel
no,
like-
fuck
how
you.
you-
Let
no.
this shit be spiritual, man.
No, but
honestly,
it was just
I like spiritual.
if everybody listened to every podcast before this one and then came on to this one and we just jumped into spirituality, it's like, okay, what the fuck's going on?
Well,
So, I think we got talking about Pontifex. I'm sorry.
We will get there, but
We'll
I
get
do like
there.
this conversation.
Well, and that's the whole thing behind Pontifex, right? It's
Yeah.
actually a beautiful thing,
Right.
but like I like the dark imagery of it, just because like I essentially come from a religious background, right? Like I even have a line in like this new shit that we're doing,
Oh, everything you do is like religious. And
where
so
I
it's-
say I feel like I crucified Malachi and came back as Christ, right? Because like I was telling Boz the story the other day. He laughed so hard too, and y'all can too. I don't give a fuck. So Malachi was like my stage name when I was doing
remember
ministry
this.
music,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I was. Yeah.
You told me about this. I think I laughed at you too.
Yeah.
This ain't T-Virus?
Yeah.
This ain't T-Virus?
No, that was his high school.
No,
that's his high school
T-Virus is
persona.
high school, bro.
That's high school
Virus.
persona. No,
Yeah.
we're talking about his church names. He's gone
This
through
was after
multiple
high school,
personas.
yeah.
T-Virus
Multiple
sounds like you
personas.
make Eminem diss tracks.
Bro, if you would have sorry, good job. If you would have seen him in high school, like with that name T Virus, you would have seen it.
Oh, yeah.
It was wild, bro. High school, freshman year, sophomore year, I wore 3 to 5X tall tees, baggy
Huge.
ass.
Hey, don't look at
jeans.
me.
Same.
Yeah, he
no.
looked like you, Jimmy.
I was
like,
swimming, bro.
he looked
yeah,
kinda
no.
like you.
Yeah, right.
Swimming.
Because-
but a little more
Hey,
baggy. A little more baggy.
Check it, because this boy was, you know what I'm saying, he was molded by the Bay, right?
No, well, yeah, but
It's
what I'm
true,
saying,
yeah,
so,
it's
so
true.
again, like, not gonna throw shade or anything, because again, you're my homie, love you. What I'm saying is, like,
This
what-
is tomato sauce, by the way.
Yeah,
It's so good, huh?
It's like, you see those mimosas where it's just like all of like, I guess the champagne, right? And like either little to no orange juice. It's just like
Oh, it's just a
tomato
straight up
juice.
tomato.
Modelo. No, it's just-
This shit is
Tomato
fire, though. I
is-
love
no,
it.
I'm gonna
No,
get
no,
faded real
yeah.
quick. Yeah,
No,
it's okay.
but again, like the muscular man you see right now in front of you did not exist when he was T-Virus, bro.
No, that
Oh,
was
you
that didn't even start until like I was back in Cali. That was the San Leandro. Yeah.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. So when I mention to people like who you are now and who you used to be, when I mention T-Virus, they're like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is
It's
him.
weird.
And they're like, no fucking way. It's like,
Mhm.
tell me this muscular man is T-Virus. I'm like, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buffed out
Yeah.
like crazy, dude.
Jesus.
Shit, what was your rap name back in high school, still?
Stu J.
Still J, that was it?
That was
I
it.
love the consistency. I had
Yeah.
like 15.
You
know
just
what I
put
mean?
the
I mean,
vamp.
come on. Well, I mean,
It was-
again,
yep,
you had the.
It really was that.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody have a name for themselves inside a church.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, did
No,
they allow
dude.
that?
And that was like so the whole story behind Malachi, right? So like I had was real committed. Boom. I was just like, okay, God had obviously given me this gift of music that like I was like, that's what everybody was saying. So it was just like it had been true kind of thing. So it was just like
So they manifested that for you, almost.
essentially,
So
yeah.
they gave you the name, huh?
Well, so there was this scripture, Malachi 3:1, where it speaks of I will prepare the way for the Lord, and just kind of like spread the message of the Lord and prepare Jesus' way, right? And so I was just like, yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do, right? And that's the whole mission of fucking Christianity is to like go around, build churches, and deliver the message of God. But so I ended up tatting it on my chest, so Malachi. So
Let's see it.
Take it all out right now.
Camera is
Right here.
recording.
like, no,
Let's see it.
Show them
In front of
arms.
that camera.
Well, like, you could even get closer to the camera and just show them so everybody knows what we're talking
He ain't
about.
doing it.
He's like, I'm not,
He's
Oh,
like,
I
don't,
guess
he's like, stop,
he's like,
do
don't-
it. He's like, stop it.
don't make me do this.
yeah, no,
Don't
I'm-
do that.
no, I got mad layers on.
Man came
Yeah,
last
I did a lot.
minute. He's
You
drinking
guys
some.
can look at my Instagram.
Man
It's like,
came.
My OS.
he's got to
Yeah.
pick up it somewhere. When you watch this, just hit him up and tell me you
This
want to
man
see
was
the tap.
ready to drink out the sink. You leave him alone.
So
You leave him alone.
so going back to like your Malachi persona, so in regards to like the church, like are you still like going to church? And
Church?
stuff,
No.
or- no.
Oh
I've
my
thought
God.
to go. I've thought to go just to visit with like the people who I used to know, because there was some like at least some sort of like fellowship there in the
Yeah,
sense,
you build
know
a
what I mean?
community basically with them, right? I mean
Yeah.
that's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
I mean I mean, like my family's got a religious background too, but we're not like super into that. Like, I haven't been to church in a long time.
Yeah.
Is there shame in that? No.
I always
No, I
feel
mean,
like this spiritual need to go to church.
No, I feel like
You feel the spiritual need?
churches.
Yeah, I
Do you?
feel like the spiritual need to go to church.
Okay, so what is
But
the
I think it's
confliction?
because all the evil I done. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, I need to talk.
You
I
need to go somewhere
I need to
physical.
So what you're
talk
saying is
God.
when you
So-
pass by a church, you feel like it's
so
pulling
inner
you in.
peace is what you're looking
Yeah.
for. So it sounds
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go somewhere for that.
yeah.
No,
Nah, it's
No,
just like
and-
I just get like the spiritual need to go to church.
No, and
You know,
again,
I'm just
for
too
me,
busy.
there's nothing wrong with like going to church.
Oh, hell
Everybody
no.
has their beliefs and their thing and
Yo,
stuff too.
I mean,
I don't
feel-
care. I don't care what the fuck you believe in. I don't care if you Christian, Buddhist, motherfucking Scientologist, man. If it helps your mental,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Like if
I'll
it
get
helps
to
you
that.
out
If
mentally,
it guides you through life.
if it
Yeah.
guides you,
Yeah, if it helps
gives
you be strong,
it gives
and-
you some
I
sort
will
of like
say,
existential
I
calming.
had
If that's
gotten
what you're
real
worried about.
loaded and watched a documentary on Scientology and really thought they were coming for me. It's low key on the wild
Hey.
side. Though.
Hey, I was
you got real loaded and you
Fuck,
thought
bro.
Scientology was
Yeah.
coming for you?
Yeah, it was wild. It was
bro.
just
I've
like,
had like one interaction with
are they in my
Scientologists.
emails? Yeah, no.
I was with my little sister Taylor. We went to San Francisco. I don't know where we was, but we saw this big cathedral, right? And I have a thing for cathedrals, man. I get a hard on when I see them. You know what I'm saying? I just love cathedrals. I love the architecture, right?
Going back to Dark Souls, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, just in general, because you
Something
can
got
tell that they
married.
gave more of a fuck about building that cathedral than anything else.
Oh,
You know what I
no.
mean? The architecture is beautiful.
Yeah, it's
So I
very-
was like, yeah, let me slide into this cathedral real quick. I'm Scientology church, and they just said, "How's it going, brother?" And I'm like, "Oh, you get the fuck away from me."
Bastard.
I'm like, "Yo, let me
I
just
feel a
look at
certain
this
way
shit."
when people call me brother too. Yeah,
I mean,
Oh my
I hate,
God.
I hate when people call me buddy. Like that word, like buddy. I just
I call everybody bud just
I-
because like my intention is just off bat like, hey
Oh,
friend,
but,
you know what I
bud's
mean?
cool.
But it's just
the-
like,
when you feel that, buddy.
It just sounds like I'm
He's
gonna beat your ass, buddy.
Yeah, you call me Bud one time. I was
But
I
he's
felt
like, "You're
that.
beneath
I
me."
felt like
What?
that need. I was like, I need to
Get
fight
crazy.
him.
It's just like,
I need to fight
hey,
him right
buddy.
here.
I'm not your
Stop
buddy
it.
guy. Yeah,
Hey, you're not that
Like,
guy,
yeah.
bro. Trust me, you're not that guy.
Like, look, I'm glad you say bud, but if you filled that whole word up, I would have been like, T, stop it, man. Don't call me buddy.
no.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to stab
Like,
you right
we're
here.
boys, but I don't
No,
like that word.
I can't recall saying like, "Hey, buddy" to somebody.
It sounds weird,
Yeah.
right? When it comes
No,
to
but-
tongue, like, buddy.
Yeah.
Too many Y's.
No, but what?
It's too many
okay.
questions.
Too many
Yeah.
D's,
What
bro.
is the journey from T-Virus Malachi? Where you at
T-Virus.
now?
Yeah, what is T-Virus doing
Bye.
these days?
Come on, where did it start,
Hey,
man?
what's up,
'Cause
boy?
you were
up
going
to?
hard back then.
Well, yeah.
You're
I
trying
guess,
to go
yeah,
hard back then.
yeah. Actually,
You've been in
I'm also very interested in that journey too. Like, I mean, you could walk us
'Cause
through
you made
so
hard-
the
you
audience
made-
kind of see like how you went through this journey. Because some people are curious, like
Yeah,
how T-Virus become.
yeah. Because in
What
my
you want?
perspective,
Who's
Yeah.
asking that?
you made hard.
I want to know right
A lot
now.
of
who's
people.
asking
Me right now.
A lot of people.
You made hardcore transformations since back then.
Who's
I
asking
appreciate
that?
that. Yeah, no, I appreciate that so
No.
much. Yeah, no.
Who's
Alright, start.
asking that?
Because there was a lot of aggression in you back then, and it seems like you found a lot of peace
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of healing,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah,
This
it's
motherfucker's
been a
like
long
aggressive
journey,
as shit.
fam.
He's like, he's like,
been a
damn,
long
Stu's
journey.
reading me hard right now, bro.
Right, you
Like,
gotta
he
go through
knows
something
me.
spiritual to get to this point.
Oh yeah, so,
Oh,
oh yeah, Stu can see the inner demons just rolling out of you,
I
bro.
know
It's crazy.
every artist
like
starts out
literally,
with a
like
demon.
literally, this dude says when I'm smiling, it means I'm in horrible pain.
yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't have an
I
angry
dig
face.
that, right? Because
He
like,
doesn't have an angry face.
I don't.
most of the times, if I look at someone, if I see someone smile, right, especially if it's like a photo, right, if you look at their eyes, they're probably more honest than the smile itself. You dig what I'm saying? 'Cause,
Yep.
like, you can see a lot in someone's eyes.
On
That's when
wax.
people wearing their
On wax.
that. No, like that's when people wearing masks, so you can kind of see more of like
Yeah.
of that like emotion based on their eyes. You can, I mean, that's when people like.
I've been
"Can you
like
tell
trying
they're
to
smiling?" I can
practice
tell
with
there's
like you're
something wrong
smiling.
with
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
I can
It's
tell
just
there's
like, so,
something wrong
yeah.
with them. Something's going on there.
Yeah. Talk with the eyebrows.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
So how did it start?
Yeah, but
So
yeah,
So
but
how did it start? Yeah,
walk
sorry.
us
Stu's
through it.
like, yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
walk
trying
us
to
through
fit.
it.
He's like,
Alright.
I don't want to talk about T-Virus.
No, he's like, you're right, you're right. So
That's-
let's talk about
He's like,
something.
I was a virus.
Of what's yeah, no, dude. If I knew that it would have been marketable today, it should have just, you know what I mean? It's just stuck with it like you did with Stu.
Nah, but this dude
Back
had
in
a
the
vamp-
day,
like the
I started
vamp too,
writing
man.
in 7th grade. So I was like 13 years old.
Yeah.
That all was based off of like learning poetry and English, and so quickly English just became like my favorite subject. And so 8th grade, I had gotten this like DJ Lantern mixtape, right? And it had it had a 50 Cent freestyle until I collapse. I'm gonna start off like, I don't think I won't hit you because I'm popular, right? Anyway, so like, this is so I was writing songs. I got some dude had written up on a piece of paper, handed me the verse. I read it, right? And it was Dr. Dre's verse for Pac's California Love, right? And so I was just like, okay, next time come with like your own verse. And then I handed it back to him. And then we had a battle. And I sure as shit used 50 Cent's freestyle verse for the battle just because I felt like it was hard as fuck, bro. And like, because he came at me with a piece of paper. And so I was just like, I know this bitch off top, right? And I know these guys have not heard this tape. So it's like, all right. And so,
sneak this one in.
Yeah, absolutely. So it started what is now, right? Because like then I just started writing my own stuff because it was just like, I'm not going to, if I'm going to come at you on something, you know what I mean, and do it myself, right? I can't be continuing that, right? So like, it was only between me and him too. It's so funny. I think we battled like 3 times that school year. Cause like I had gone to Sparks Middle for 7th grade, Sparks High for 8th through 12th. Does everyone go to Sparks here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, right on.
You went to 8th grade at Sparks High School?
Yeah, I was the first year for the 8th grade program. Yeah, we were the
Really?
trial run. Yeah.
Wait, did they stop this? Because I don't remember that being a thing.
Was that the
V
trailers
was in the
back?
8th grade program.
Was that
Huh?
the
I
trailers?
thought V was in the 8th grade program.
Was he? I mean, because I finished 8th grade, you know,
Yeah,
and you're
middle,
obviously like a
Sparks Middle,
year
yeah.
older than me and Stu, a year or two. And like,
Probably,
I
yeah.
went to 8th grade in Sparks Middle School, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, what? When did this start? I never heard of this thing.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, it happened.
I was
No.
really interesting. Yeah. He's like, yeah, it happened, though. I'm like,
Yeah, those mobiles came from somewhere, bro.
I mean, I believe
No.
you, but didn't that become like the special ed like classes at some point? Because I swear that's what it was, and I have
Listen
no
to
clue.
you, bro. Probably that's what it was. Yeah. Anyway, here we are.
I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. People from Sparks Watchers be like, "What the fuck is this dude talking about?" And
Yeah, I
they're
was
like
like,
all
what?
siding on you right now.
All I know is Sparks is fenced in, and it's wild.
I don't know what's
Actually,
going
Kate
on.
Smith is fenced in. I just looked at that photo the other day.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I did
It's-
hear about that.
Like
I
it's
did.
just like, why are we doing
It's like a
this in
fucking
schools?
fence.
It's wild.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is
sorry,
tough.
I got derailed. So 8th grade.
I want to know about the violence.
What?
Because
What violence?
did you not do shows back then in high school? I'm pretty sure you did a
High
show
school?
or two. Yeah. I
Like
swear
talent
I
shows?
heard you doing a show.
Oh my God! If you
And things were-
we did.
He's like, dude,
For
I
everybody,
lied
for
about
everybody
that.
who don't know, for everybody who doesn't know, Reno back then used to be a super, super hateful and competitive scene in terms of music. It's nothing like it was now.
I've heard about that from a lot of the
What is it
OGs
like
as
now?
well.
I
It's-
feel like
it's
Please
way
tell
more
me, because
Yo.
I've got no clue what it is now.
I
It's-
feel like
it's
I came
way-
in like at the end of the hateful era.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
This is because everybody.
It's
Yeah.
like,
I
oh,
like
it's nice
squeezed
now,
my
yeah.
way in,
Yeah,
and as
yeah.
soon as I stopped being
It's
hateful,
like,
the city
I see the
stopped
sun
being
over
hateful.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The second you bring up anything, everybody's like, "Oh, you suck this, that." I feel like people are way more willing to collab, talk to each other, do music together. Back then, it was like,
Bro, shout
you
out.
say yo fast
Hey,
over there, I say over here.
You
wanna
walk your
fight?
lane, I
Yeah.
walk my lane.
Yeah.
I felt
see
like you were
we
really
throwing
in
blows.
the scene though back then for a little bit.
Yeah, it got wild.
Honestly, yep.
Yeah, it got
No,
wild.
see, you don't want to say
Yeah.
anything, but yeah, I knew it. Because
Um,
I would hear like about fights and stuff, and like,
I was all high school. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
when you ran up on people?
No, people ran up on
No.
me.
People ran up-
got
yeah.
mad offended with the shit I was saying to
Yes.
them, and then I learned real quick that people can't handle words, and
Oh,
so it was
man.
just like, okay, so like this is like a whole.
that was a normal thing back then.
Man,
Yeah.
I wish it was still like that.
Hell no.
I be
No, you don't.
I be dropping my
No,
address.
you don't.
I be
dropping
strictly
my
internet.
address. I be
No,
dropping
and then-
my
and then-
address in the
wait,
motherfucking.
And then it turned
Hey.
into a point where like people were just dissing, just to fight, just to
Yep.
instigate fucking
Yes.
fights. It
Really?
was just like this is
It was
fucking wild,
crazy.
bro.
That's how
I'm
those
just trying to
alleyway fights
out-rap
started, bro.
people, and
Like-
that's all it was.
Yeah, like that's
all
how people
it
started
is.
fighting out
Yeah.
of the blue. Like, you know, I heard you talk that shit on that rap about me, bro. And like all of a sudden, people throwing blows in the alleyway. You're
No.
like, when did this
No,
happen?
everybody
And you
knows
hear
this
what
was
happened,
this
like,
used to be a
shit.
nowhere town.
Yeah.
Bro.
And so everybody who grew up here is like, fuck this place, and I'm gonna fight everybody in here.
I would've
And
been
that's
so
what it used to
excited.
be.
They're like, bring it back to the old days.
No way.
Nobody's gonna want
We
that.
want the Royal Rumble now. Yeah.
Bro, I would have been so excited.
You say
coming
I
up
don't
in
like
that
you, we
scene.
fighting right
We
now.
want Hulk Hogan in the Rock in the middle of the
Hey,
ring
bro,
right
I
now,
would've been
bro.
dropping
I don't
my-
know if I want to see Hogan.
I would have
ever.
been dropping my address
No,
on
wants
my
to see
motherfucking
Hogan
Instagram
ever.
stories. I would love for that shit to be happening right now.
Yeah.
I'd be dropping my address and shit. I'd be like, what's up, pimp? Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Jimmy, you just keep throwing
No.
shots to the throat.
No, but straight up, see, not to bring up old beefs, but it's like, weren't you like, that's how it was, huh? A lot of it.
What do you mean?
Like, just very aggressive towards every other artist. Like, everybody's like, oh, fuck them, fuck you.
Did you
That's
start
how-
becoming aggressive?
Well, yeah,
as well
because
during
like
that
that's the
time?
whole that's how I came in, right? Like I was like bad old lean, right? And so
But
it's
even
just
people
like,
who
we're
weren't
coming with
in battle,
bars, so
People who weren't even in battle, like, what was it, like Black Spades or something? Ace of Spades? See, you
Oh,
twitched
yeah.
a little bit when I said,
Oh,
come
got
on.
the fucking
I know how far
dimes
he-
over
yeah,
here,
yeah,
guy.
I know how far he's going back.
Come
I know
on.
what he's talking
I'm
about.
talking about the trenches out here.
Yeah, yeah, I know how damn.
No, I had
You're trying to
people-
dig
I had
deep
people
into the
who-
past.
I had people who were not in beef in
Battle rap, yeah.
the beef getting involved in beef, and it was
Yes.
it got wild.
And I thought that's why you paused for a while, because I stopped doing music.
Well,
'cause
yeah, I
people
mean,
started
you got
coming-
people headhunting, right? It's
Yeah,
like
dude.
it becomes like a whole other fucking game.
Yeah,
because
it
it's
became a-
like
It's like gangs now. It's not even like music or anything.
Thing.
yeah, and I was always alone. Yeah, it was just like, it's like what the fuck is this? Like I've got no problem with just being me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because
and,
like
and you know, and most of like everybody that was, you know, they were a different group, and you're the
Yeah.
only, like, you know, the only white boy there, and everybody's just picking on you for no reason.
There's a
bro.
Hispanic-
I was only what? Yeah.
All the Hispanics.
Huh?
All the Hispanics.
Yeah, it was like
That's what we mainly
yeah,
were.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Back then, that time frame.
Anybody
yeah.
who was black like came
No,
to visit from the Bay.
I beefed with like fucking juggalos.
Oh yeah,
They,
there was.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they
there
wasn't
was.
fucking with me for a
Yeah,
while.
this
They
was-
kept letting me know, oh, dude, we got a diss track on you. We got a diss track on you. And they never put it up. I was like always curious to say, because it was like 7 of them. It was just like, what do all of you have to say about me, right?
Yeah, I even
It's
had
like, what did I do to all of you? dude?
Right. Yeah,
I
no.
even had diss tracks back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it was back then. Yeah.
Heaven on me.
No, I don't, because you stopped like when I started like doing it a lot.
So when was that?
So that's probably like when I was
And I'm just so curious
when
to see
I was
like,
a junior.
like what this music stuff
what
was
year
back
was
then,
that?
because I had no
So,
clue.
like 2009 or 010.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
we
so
started-
010 was when I
Because I
graduated.
started hearing a lot
yeah,
about you when I was like
2010.
sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then I
remember-
heard all these fights, and then it just sounded like Ghost for a while.
Well, because I originally had gotten in a fight not because of battling or beef. I started a beef because I wore a T-shirt that said "This is what it is," and then I had crunk on the back crossed out.
Yeah, you know, people were very.
That's exactly what it sounds like. People would fight you over something like that.
People got
Bro,
real
I
offended
remember-
that I took a genre of music over the other.
I remember
It was
some
just
shit
like,
like
hey,
that.
dude.
insane. Yeah, it's
Fuck
insane.
hard rock. Classic rock is so much
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
back
like
then, fights were started over the most
Nothing.
simplest things, bro.
Mm.
Insane. Like I could have just said, "Oh, your shoes untied." What you say, motherfucker?
It was so violent. I remember just walking up to Andrew, fucking B,
Hmm.
and he's just like, "Man, I want to punch you in the face right now." Nothing happened. I was like, "What is happening,
Is there
dude?"
anything I could
I was
do?
like, "You feel
No,
really
it's just
aggressive right now."
something
He's like,
about
"I
your
just
face.
feel
It's like-
really aggressive right now." I was like, "That's what happens when you from a nowhere town and everybody like just hit like teenage years, so they got hard boners and just aggression, and everybody's like, 'Yo, fuck you, bitch.'" It was caveman years back then. Everybody's beat each other with sticks. Teachers were in fights.
Freaking random people just pulling up, throwing rocks at somebody's car on the side. People
Not
just
a-
running out cars, beating each other up for no reason.
Hey,
bro.
not a
It's
gun,
insane.
not a knife in sight
It
though.
was all fist and rocks.
I remember house parties.
Oh, house parties got rough, bro.
Every time you were just counting the minutes before a fight started.
Yeah, because somehow, some way, somebody's girl was doing a dance with somebody accidental or a slight touch, and it turned into
Oh, the fight happened at 10:30, man. Pretty
Period.
late.
Lunch
I think
exchange.
we made it.
Got it
man.
all.
yeah, the cops
Nice
didn't show
party.
up until 1 a.m. And that's when you know it was good.
Okay, so what made you stop doing the
I
T
never
virus
stopped.
thing? I mean, the
okay,
T virus.
okay. So let's run it back. Right. So I was T-virus up until I think maybe senior year, and
Through
then I went
hands.
by
Actually,
like,
I do have a side question on that. I don't think I ever asked you. I don't think. Maybe if I did, I never maybe didn't pay attention. But how'd you come up with T-virus in the first place?
I didn't, bro. Yeah, no.
It was just given to me.
Yeah, so a cat at the time who I'm trying to word this, right? So, like,
No worries. Take your time.
Cat eventually just kind of crossed me, right? But we were kind of in the same group. Anyway, he said that I should go by T-Virus. And so I thought about it. I was just like, all right. And then later I found out that it was, like, a Resident Evil thing. And so, like, I was like, all right, I'm still going to rock it, right? The only difference is they had it, you know. And so, like, my bro still, like, reminds me to this day of when I had a song where she got a virus in her pants. Yeah. It was supposed to be a fucking club banger, dude. Yeah, it was fucking wild, bro. Yeah. Didn't age well to this day. Hell yeah.
We were a different kind of album back then, dude.
Yo, man, this is to be honest, this is insane. I'm glad.
It's wild,
again, I'm just gonna say I'm glad you're on because this is kind of cool seeing like the history of how I've known you. I mean, obviously we didn't start getting close until like actually I didn't know like if he was really close friends with you. We became friends through that. But like I didn't really know you that much. I knew who you were in high school, but like all I knew was like what people were saying about you, which was the T-Virus thing, and you did music. I never. Knew
I was
people.
first. So my evolution in high school kind of wild, right? So I started off as like my brother's brother, so I was in that shadow, and then I was the guy who got knocked out, right?
Yeah,
that was freshman year.
Yeah.
And sophomore, I was known for the beefs, and then so. Junior
I remember
year,
those.
Senior year, I like went down this like weird like I'm gonna try to be more demonic in my lyrics and went by like Phantasma.
What?
Right? Which was like I was like supposed to be Ghost, right? But like it was a brief period, and I just went back, and then I had the switch to like Malachi because like during that time I was like doing mad like pills and shit.
Gang shit.
There you go.
So like I had like a moment
it's
when
right.
I had some cats who were just like, "Yo, you should go back to church. You're in a real low point right now." So I was just like, "All right, I'll find the light."
So you basically.
So I found the light and I clung to that shit, and then like.
Yeah. I mean, he just did a good segue. He
Wrote
just walked you through.
Hey, that's what I wanted to know because I was like,
went.
this motherfucker used to be so aggressive back then.
Yeah.
And you just hear about all these fights, and then
I still was more. I got more aggressive after because like
after the Malachi transition.
Yeah, because like so I ended with Malachi, right, and then I split off to college, and I was out to Oakland, so I was gone. And I remember I was like, no, this is a couple years later. So I'm going to school out there, trying to do my thing out there, like produce and like learn and like do what I can. I was involved with this scholarship that allowed me to like do shows, so essentially I was able to like perform around Oakland, which is kind of cool, and also just kind of get a thing for community outreach, which is just like essentially where my motive with the village stems from. You know what I mean? And so I was doing that out there. Moved out. I had flunked out, right? Was not doing well. Was focusing on a relationship that turned real toxic real quick.
As it be.
Yeah. How it happens, right?
Yeah, but I say I don't know if you want to go into that, but
we don't have to. No.
We could skirt.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So we had eventually got married because we had moved out here. Gotten married.
See, I didn't even know that. You got married?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was like
I knew that.
It was September 15th of 2012.
Because I remember, because you know how I knew, because after what happened,
Silver Bells Chapel, they took that bitch down.
Yeah,
built apartments.
Because from what I know,
cool.
this is how I kind of followed like T through like Instagram stuff. So I kind of knew what was going on, but I knew like things went south when with whatever what happened between you and your
with Shorty.
ex-wife.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah, but I mean. He dropped some songs on SoundCloud after, and you basically through those songs, I understood what happened to you.
dropped Masks on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
and I dropped another one too.
And to be honest,
so
to
funny
me that was
you
probably
bring
one
that
of to me that was like it's literally like you basically explained your whole story throughout that whole song, what happened, and I was like, that's how you. If you listen to that, like he's gonna have.
That's why later on I had to approach my writing differently because I was saying a whole fucking lot
You
that
were.
should not have been said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, that's why for
especially
me,
with a certain tone, I was
Yeah.
like just putting the energy out.
yeah,
Just
and,
like,
and,
fam, you
and that's
shouldn't
why
be
like
doing
I've
that.
never really asked you about that because I kind of already know because I listened to that and I was
Mm.
like, wow, I was like, that's
Yeah.
what happened to you, man. I'm so
And what's
sorry.
wild is that moral of the story, the first one,
Mhm.
right, actually got more of, I guess, an audience or listener response,
Mm-hmm.
right, than anything else. Like people related with it more, which is kind of weird to think about now, right? Because like, how do you relate with like real aggressive domestic violence shit? But like, on this, you know,
Yeah.
I learned lessons of myself within that relationship that went south.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You can't relate to that. What?
I mean, I related to.
What are you talking about?
I related to that
That's
going
pretty
south.
relatable.
Yeah,
because
no.
I felt it. I understood what you were going through.
I think people just felt the emotion, and I think that's why it translated to them. But it's just like, it was just, looking back now, it's not necessarily an emotion that I want to translate.
Yeah, because it did make it seem like it was like in the moment, like you just put
Yeah.
that out there and like what you were feeling.
Well,
at
that
time.
whole thing I recorded, I was like mad drunk. I was like drinking like heavily. Yeah.
I mean,
no.
but it was heavy.
Crazy,
Like, it was
yeah.
heavy, and I thought it was really good.
Oh,
Let
well,
you know.
thank you.
Really good.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, no.
No.
And that's how I know that you got some talent, man. Like I don't know if you don't give yourself that kind of
I
credit.
feel like
but
I feel like
You're
I
a machine.
appreciate you. I
You're
feel
a
like
machine.
See,
it's
no, I
like
feel like you
very
overthink a lot.
raw in the sense that like, I don't know, I don't necessarily dial it in as much as I should when it comes to like certain things. You know what I mean? Like
I mean, we all have weaknesses, man.
when it comes, yeah,
Trust me.
but like
Definitely.
I don't know. I feel like I load myself a little too much, but I also give myself too many expectations and put too much pressure on
Yeah,
myself.
yep.
Right?
That's easy.
So like, I don't know. Finding the balance.
And I mean, I think us as artists, you need to find that balance. 'Cause trust me, we all, like I said, we all have these weaknesses and stuff. Nobody's perfect here. We're not all like a bunch of machines.
Right.
But
Not yet.
it's
I'm waiting for the day that we can transfer like our DNA to like a chip, right? And then plug that into a robot. And that's
Yep, the
eternal
robot
life,
bodies.
you know what I mean?
You have the sex farms. Oh yeah. That's what I
Yeah,
was talking about.
Stu's dream is a sex farm. But
So yeah, one day they're gonna have farms where they just hook us up like the Matrix, but we have VR sets and we have like suction cups to our junk, and they just suck it out of us all the time
Reproduce.
while we're living in this ultra fantasy, and then we're just like human farm animals. And I'm like, yep, me first.
Sign me up.
Sign
How
me up.
much?
But
How much
you
is
hook
it?
you hook it back here or no?
Yeah.
Where does it go?
We hook it back here.
Okay.
I need the manual. Where's it at?
Big Pan Ben, Justin is out.
Oh, see you, but be safe,
He's
huh?
about to have a great
Oh.
time.
Get a new cameraman.
He's gotta press the button. Hey, this is cameraman.
Yeah, all you gotta do is
no,
put
hey, I would say don't put that much pressure on her.
Nah, she's straight. It's a $3,000 camera.
I don't know why you lying.
Starting her off. I'm hitting the bathroom.
All
go for it,
right. We're taking an intermission. Justin, you can pause it since Stu's going to the restroom.
There you go. You get to start off.
It's virus, huh?
Somebody don't see anything.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
All right, pausing here. Just so the audio knows it.
Bro, they need a
Still rolling.
pop filter on that fucking microphone.
They might, man.
This is, man.
Justin, dude, have fun, dude.
Pleasure, bro.
Let me know how it goes later.
You show her how to do it.
Actually, don't say that out loud.
Don't say it out loud.
He show you how to do it. Okay, you got it. All right.
They might be.
Stupid. I have cargo pants.
Stupid.
I'm stupid.
I don't even remember what my first rap name was when I was young.
Have you gone through that many, or is just you stuck with the one?
Bro, I've been through like 3 or 4,
Fair.
but that was all before I ever started recording.
Mm.
The name I started recording was with Jimmy Teflon.
Nice.
Actually, no, that's a lie. I started off as Juice.
Mm.
I named myself Juice.
Okay, now you're making fun of me for calling myself Juice. You're like, hey.
Hey, so my first rap name, I was like 13 in high school. I just went by JT, because those are my initials. And at some point, I went by Big G, right? Because I was big gangster. And then I saw Little Dicky blowing up, and I learned how to do this fucking effect on my on Photoshop. And the whole reason why like I really wanted to make music is because I was good at making covers. I was like, I don't want this to go to waste. I want to make cool covers. You know what I mean? And I want to make dope music go with it. You know, I just want to be creative. And so I learned how to do this liquify effect. And I did it using soda cans, right, as a stock picture, but I turned it into something completely different. And I, for some reason, called the fucking cover Soda. That was their name. And the title for that album, this concept album, was called Carbonated, right? You know, so my third rap name was Soda the Rapper because I saw what Little Dicky was doing. And I was like, I could do that. I'm a funny guy. Yeah. But I only wrote anything. I never recorded nothing. And then when I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to become a rapper now. I mean, choose a better rap name.
All right, why is Jimmy talking?
All right,
because we're doing intermission.
Yeah, all right. We'll definitely. I do want to.
We were going through rap names, man. He was telling me a story, man. I was listening to my
This is your episode.
What are you
all right,
talking about?
This is your episode.
So you see that on top where you see that button is?
I want to hear the fall.
There's
the
like
rise,
a little lever that says on and off
between.
at the top. Rotate that to off and then turn it back on. There you go. And then the screen should be on.
Because you definitely have one of the most interesting backstories.
And then, yeah, there you go.
Oh, thanks.
To where you got
Karen. Nah, but
Yep. Yeah, and then just keep watching it. Maybe like every 10 minutes, just to make sure it's still rolling. If it
yeah,
is,
it should be like this red dot tapping on the screen.
And if you need help, just wave.
You're doing great.
No, yeah, I was like,
All right, so all right, we're back. Go.
Oh, we are. No, yeah, so I was like, okay, I need a real rap name.
We'll start from the top. What did T ask you about?
Oh, we're talking about my first rap names.
Okay. Oh, okay. Jimmy's first rap name.
Yeah.
My first rap names. First one was like JT or some shit. So those are my initials. My second one was Big G. You know, I'm a big gangster out here. Right.
All the generic names.
Yeah.
All the generic names.
Super It's like you literally looked at Urban Dictionary.
Hey, but my third name
What's
was
a
hard.
rap name?
My third name was hard. My third name was Soda the Rapper. That was the whole name. Because I saw Chance the Rapper, and I was like, fuck it, I made this concept cover. Let's make an album to it.
Yeah, mine's the same with Tyler, the Creator. So Studio
the Vamp. Yeah. And then I ended up going by XL James at some point, but I was like, I'm pretty
that's way hard. You fucked up.
Hey, but like I was like, I don't want people to think that I'm part of fucking XO. I don't want people to think I'm stealing from the weekend. You know, so I
thought you said XL.
I thought you said XL too.
Yeah, XL like
XL
large,
James,
extra large. Like
XL James is hard too.
Everybody else thought extra large James, right?
I'm like, damn. Well, big packet, huh?
But like,
yeah, Jesus, why'd you stick with that? What's wrong with you?
The women come up to you, why do they call you XL?
XL shit, bitch. You want to find out what's up, baby? And if a dude asked me that, he's like, "Cause the strap XL, what's up?" Fuck with me, bitch.
You gotta answer.
All right. After Jimmy drops his first album, he's changing his name to XL James, and he's gonna drop his next project.
But I've been thinking,
And you just named that an album cover.
It's
like
good
XL
to,
James.
I mean, at least you're
XL
letting
James.
people know in advance. I am changing my name. You know what I mean? No one's like expecting.
I wanted to change my name like 5 fucking times, but I was like, yo, Jimmy Teflon is just, iconic.
It's sounds not bad.
It
sounds it's gonna ring. Yeah.
And like the reason,
Sounds
like, because
gangster as hell.
I wanted some shit like Wiz Khalifa. I wanted the first and I wanted the last name, but I wanted it to make sense to me. You know what I mean? So I went by Jimmy because that's just a nickname for James. And then I was on the rap generator because that's how Post Malone got his. So, I get mine.
So
and
it was like your birthday month.
Same with Childish Gambino.
Yeah, and like one of them was like Jimmy the Don. And I was like, Teflon Don. I was like, ooh, that's hard. So Jimmy Teflon, that's how that came about.
How'd you come up with Teflon? What happened there?
Come up with Teflon?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Gambino crime family, John Gotti. Called him Teflon Don because his charges never stuck.
Oh, so because it said Don, you went to Teflon. Don.
Yeah, Teflon. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then, like,
that makes sense.
In all of my years of juvenile crime, I was never caught because I be snitching on people. What's up? All right. So, next question. I just be telling. I just, next round, yeah, it was him.
I like how you mutter like after you finish that word.
Nah, but I came up with Jimmy Teflon. I was just like, I just want a first and a last name. It sounds iconic. You know what I mean? It sounds like a celebrity. You know what I'm
So
saying?
what year did you start recording?
I started recording like 2018 because my grandparents, they bought me a microphone and I plugged it into my computer. I was recording on Audacity. And I was looking up Suicide Boys vocal edits tutorials and shit. And like one of my first songs was so ass because it was all raw. You know what I mean? It was so raw. The bass was overpowering.
I've got songs from high school in my phone that I can upload.
I still got an iPad.
I could get paid
iPod
from
Nano.
fucking T-Value stage.
shit.
It's wild. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, bro. Like,
If I wanted to put that bullshit out, yeah.
I still
It's like, if you want to hear what back then
Yeah,
sound
no
like.
shit, bro. You wanted
Bro, I wish I had like my old shit because I could really like listen. Like I got like shit in my fucking Google Drive of unfinished songs.
Oh,
Sure,
we gotta
you know what I
listen to that.
Oh my god, I think I showed you still, right? I showed you one of those songs. I'm fairly sure because I had to walk away from the computer. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
put headphones on and just walk away and go
No,
smoke.
no, no. Like we was on Discord. It was on Discord. I screen shared. And I was like, I'm gonna just leave the room. I couldn't even be in the same room as my computer. I had to like go into a different room.
Yeah.
Is
You
that
know
how
what I
you
mean?
feel? 'Cause I listened to my first album, I think, like 2 months ago. I haven't heard that shit in like 6 years. And I was like, yeah, this sucks, but like the idea is there.
That's how I felt about
That's
Ballistics.
what matters.
Right?
Which
Just
I-
undeveloped.
Yeah, it's so hard not to delete your old shit though.
Not for me. I have everything still up.
Oh hell no, bro.
I just don't tell anybody where it's at.
See, and that was the thing, because like I had a period where it was just like I got hella shit, I just don't have it out. You know what I mean? And so like I had many years where it was just like I got catalog, but no one's really listening to it because I was just not putting it out on no platform. So it was just like I'm gonna unload it. You're gonna see that it came out that year. You're gonna hear that it's raw, but you're gonna hear this raw shit now. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel.
Yeah, like I never want to delete stuff because I'm always gonna be like, I want to see how far I came.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that growth is huge for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to go
Oh,
back
it's
and
important.
look on. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah, same for me.
It's
my-
important to keep you going as well.
that's
You know
true.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
no,
agree.
Yeah, like
Yeah, too many artists get caught up in like, oh, this isn't good anymore. I'm different than this. Delete that, and then they get too nervous to upload more stuff, and then they delete that new stuff. And
No, man, I've literally cataloged all my photos from the jump, and I'm telling you, I look back to where I'm now. I'm like, Jesus. And,
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, you don't notice it until you look at it. And you're like, man, I was terrible. What
Right.
was-
yeah,
what was
and
this?
it's crazy because at the time you was making that, you know, you was taking that photo, you was making that song, and at the time you like, yeah, this hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
at the time.
3 years from
yeah,
then.
because you can get so caught up now. I think we all experience this, that like the stuff we do now, we're like, oh, this sucks, man. This sucks. I don't want to release this. I don't want to release this stuff now.
Mm.
And then you look back at your old stuff and you're like, damn, I'm 1,000 times better than that.
Yeah.
And
But
it's
then-
like,
but then
maybe
you
I'm
still go
tripping
back.
too much.
Yeah, and then you look back and you say, it still sucks. Ah, and you flip the table. Like, damn.
It's crazy because like I feel like we've all gone to a level we can make a solid fucking song, and it sounds like real music. It don't sound like your homie trying to rap.
Yep.
And that was my major issue. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? That's why like I'm kind of like glad that like I was able to like get my shit up so quickly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I was still trying to learn how to do this shit, I would have quit.
Mm.
I
Oh,
would
no,
have quit a
yeah.
long time ago. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure for me and T, like, there's a long time where we were disconnected from other artists. So it's like we really only have our own growth and, like, people we look up to see it.
Right.
I think that's one of the reasons why I've had very little features.
Yeah.
Because, like, also,
Yeah.
I mean,
Either
just
doing it on
growing
his
up, like,
own.
I really didn't have anybody to
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
with other than, like, asthma.
Me and
After-
Bozzy are like the
that was
only
just
two
from
people on
MTV.
your shit, right?
Huh?
Me and Bozzy are like the only two people on your shit. Is it like
I mean,
What's the
if we look
remix
back
version?
on the whole catalog, I've got...
well, no, I was
um,
his only feature on Moral of the Story 4.
Oh, that's right.
Prior
Right,
to
and
that
then I got
feature.
asthma on Moral of the Story 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, and then Future Things.
You know, Winston God is my most popular song on iTunes right now.
Is it
I don't know whose fault that is.
probably the country artist Travis Wayne, not me.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, he's got probably has that under his fucking
That
tag.
Jesus.
He's got.
He's like, what is happening?
Yeah, he's like Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, this shit hard.
Shout out Travis Wayne. His fucking single cha-ching. That's a real fact. Yeah, no, I'm gonna plug that. Dude's got like 2 listeners.
That's dope.
Gangsta shit right there.
Hey, I mean, hey, the listener's the listener.
Would you ever consider switching to country?
Would I consider?
Like, would you
I'll probably
consider-
put out a country album. See, that's the thing,
Yeah.
though. It's like people think that I'm just like a fucking rapper, and I'm not, right? Like that's why I'm doing this whole Hurricane project. Because
Oh, but
like
you can rap so well.
I can sing. Like overall, I'm just a writer. You know what I mean? So it's just like any sort of tempo, I'm gonna fuck it up, and that's
Right.
just you know what I mean.
See, motherfuckers don't know I can sing too.
Then sing, bro. Let that bitch
Yeah,
out.
dude.
I've
Yeah,
learned that Disney's got it right, bro. You just got to break out in song. If you got an issue, break out in song. You'll feel better.
Because I used to just rap.
Right.
People told me stop singing, but I like really wanted to sing. It was just I sucked ass, terrible. People told me to shut the fuck up. People almost fought me. All right, you just keep going.
Oh, definitely. They
You
almost
just keep
did.
going.
They almost
dude,
killed
and
this man.
just keep practicing it, and yeah. But I have a similar issue with putting people on my songs, is because most of my songs is like something I went through that week, and then like I want to put people on it, but I'm like, oh, they weren't there, and this is kind of like. But I feel that with most of my songs. It's only when like somebody comes to me with a song, which we still needed to do that.
Yeah.
Because he gave me the song, and it was like, what? Shit was hard.
I want to be on a
hard.
Scarlet remix.
Scarlet remix. You can't keep requesting these remixes,
I'm
man.
coming for all the remixes.
He does it for me
Going for a
too.
remix. Why not start a
I'll
new
show
song?
Bro,
him. Snip
hey,
it.
006 was so fucking
Oh, yeah,
hard.
Devils is
I still got
fire.
the OG one on my playlist, and I play it all the time at work. And people are like, yeah, it's just crazy. I'm like, I know. They're like, he needs to work on his vocals. And I'm like, I bet. So I played a remix. And they hear your part, like, same dude? No, it's the same dude. I mean, it's just hard as fuck. I love 006. It's like one of my favorite songs right now.
Oh, dude.
I ain't even capping right now. And also, one thing, right, just ride some dick a little longer real quick. Travis Wayne.
Oil it up.
Travis Wayne
Oil.
is the only local rapper whose albums I actually listen to. Like that I
appreciate
actually
that.
give a fuck about listening
Yeah.
to. Because I listened to your album, but I was like, I have to. I live in the
You
West.
don't have to.
Hey, I looked forward to Pogo. I was like, yeah, I'm excited.
I tell
for
you,
that.
don't have to.
And also,
You sick bastard.
Wayne's album is like one of the very few rap albums that when I listen to, I get nostalgia from. That's how I know I enjoy the record. You know what I mean? When I listen to it, and it reminds me, like, so I listened to your album. I listened to it like today before the interview, and it reminded me of when I first listened to the album. Only good albums, only albums that I enjoy do that for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't get the same thing for Stu's album.
Hey,
Hey,
I don't doubt it.
it's still a good album.
Hey, no, you can say it sucks. You don't like it. There's plenty
It's
of people
still
who like
a
it.
good album, but I remember like, yo,
I never get mad at people saying they don't like my stuff.
negative.
I'm always.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I
I'm
love
always-
my shit, bro. I give a fuck
Yeah,
if
dude.
you like it or not, bro. Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
here's the thing, right? It's like
Yeah,
I like
man.
Stu's music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This wasn't me saying I hate his music.
Right.
I love
Yeah,
Stu's
yeah.
music.
It's like this
All
motherfucker
right.
sucks.
Like the only friend of mine whose music I hate is Unguided. What's up, baby? Shout out Unguided. Let's go.
Fuck you. He got so much better.
No, yeah, I put him on so much too.
Yeah.
Like to everybody that I know.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
shut him
Y'all
up.
did something together, right?
No,
You
I
and
don't
I got
think
it.
so.
See, they need to.
Oh
That'd be cool.
hell yeah!
I
Oh,
could
yeah,
probably
that'd be
list my
tight.
Hell yeah.
collaborations on maybe one hand.
Maybe one hand.
Well,
we
you-
were talking about it the other day. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild. I need to open up more.
Well, still when it
Hey, but-
comes when it
but
comes
there's
when it
nothing
comes
wrong with
to
that, though. There's nothing wrong
when it
with
comes
Yeah,
to Pogo, I get nostalgic
Dude, I get
flashbacks.
shit movie, dude.
And that's just because like it either spoke to my soul or something. You know what I mean? When it touches my soul like that, that's when it sticks to me. You know what I mean? Because I may not have the same thing for Stu. His music, I like his music a lot. You know what I'm saying? But yours just touched my soul in a way where I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I fucks with this, and I think I fucked with it so heavy.
There was
'cause
moments of
Relatability.
Yeah, thank you.
that, and it's just like I could hear that Bay Area influence in you. You know what I mean? It is
Well, because
so
it's not just influence, bro. I lived there.
yeah, it's so dominant in you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the only fucking white boy that could get it right that I know of. I don't know any other white man that's able to do that kind of style correctly. You know what I mean? Especially with the kind of flow that you go with, and I fuck with it heavily.
I appreciate that. It was this cat. I had met at one of these ciphers. Dude, they didn't bring ciphers back, bro. What the fuck?
Shit, me and Stu did one with ZP. He just needs to drop it.
Oh, fuck that song.
Well, no, they used to do these like little street ciphers. They meet up at like little locations and then just like come out with a speaker.
They still do
And,
that,
like,
Oh yeah, they still do that. They got the
Yeah.
speakeasies.
Yeah, I see ZP on doing those, right?
I did that one time. I could show you the video.
Oh, I was okay. So it's probably just ran different.
He's like, I don't like them, though.
Because like,
Ah, fuck 'em.
no, well,
They're not
it's like-
ran by me. I don't like it.
Well, it's not even that.
My village, bro.
a lot of my out. So we'll get to this. We'll get to this. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so I only asked when you started recording, just to bring this, because like you stuck to your name when you started recording, right?
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. I was recording when I went with T-Virus, so like I was already putting out music.
Right.
So like, so what was that, like freshman year, bro?
Yeah.
What year was that?
I mean, like I'm telling you, people want to know what happened to T-Virus,
bro. 2010, 2009.
T-Virus.
So about 2006, right, was when I started recording. So what year is it right now? 21?
Yep.
How many years? 15? Okay, so I've been, yeah.
You've been rapping for a long time.
I've been writing for a long time, rapping for a long time, mixing not so much. Sorry, people. Jeez. I know.
You've been doing this for
We'll
15.
get it right, all right?
Hey,
Don't worry. We got plenty of time over here.
Yeah, I mean,
no,
yeah,
we're
you're,
dialing in.
you're still a young man. You're still growing as an artist. You know,
in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Come on, just show him the tat.
Show me the abs.
Show the time. Yeah.
I'm mad that you didn't rock the crop top.
It's too cold.
Sorry, fam.
Yo, fuck that,
You
dude.
have it in video. You can see it whenever. You could loop it.
I'm a lead defender of his crop top. People
Okay.
hate on you because I
I bet they do.
I showed my girl the 006 video and she's like, "Why is he wearing a crop top?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Cause it's hard. The fuck." It's like, this
Okay.
is
I
gangsta
got a
as fuck.
fucking V-line.
Yeah,
I fucking love that.
Ripped heads.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen no motherfucker wear a crop top trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot
Probably
of people
not since
kinda
like the 70s.
Well, look, I've
Yeah.
never seen a man in this day and age wear a crop top and rock it like he owns
Aggressively.
it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like yeah.
Aggressively owns it.
Yeah,
Hard.
literally owns it. And like you have like a cropped up version of like your Eagle sweater too, don't you?
I cropped that
Yeah.
bitch too.
Yeah. That shit is hard. I thought that shit
Yeah.
fucking
If
dope.
it's not a zip up, it's most likely getting
Yeah,
cropped.
Yeah, and if it's mixed with that shirt, yeah, it's tight. Like you and Trev are like the only two people I can think of that's willing to rock fucking
I
like
agree.
extreme fashion ideas
Yeah.
confidently. You know what I mean?
I think that's just a level of security. You know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
I feel like even with men, like we deal with we just deal with insecurity. We have this idea
Absolutely.
what the fuck a man is supposed to be because it's drilled into us in some sort of fashion. You know what I mean? Like, and I've just like for me, I've just kind of like been breaking barriers. Right? That was the whole Wayne Swanson concept. Is like
that was gonna
self-care and
that
dismantle
that
the
was gonna
mold
be the
of
next thing I was gonna ask
masculinity
you about
because it's
too.
just like people get bugged out. Right, like they'll see me like when I had my full set on, I've had dudes like scoff or whatever, but it's just like, okay, you're not saying nothing to me though, you know what I mean? So it's just like,
Yeah.
why does it fucking concern you? You know what I mean?
It's your body, your life. You know, you're doing you,
Right.
man. I
And
mean, like you're
like-
staying healthy. You're looking
But not
fit.
even.
What's
But
the
it
problem?
that should just show you how quick you are to just assume something of somebody just based off of no conversation at all.
Yep.
You didn't know anything. You know what I mean? Because it's just like
Facts.
I had a shorty who, like, I was over at her house. She was like talking to me. She was like, "So I gotta ask."
Whole
I
shot.
said, "What?" Right? Because she was just like, "You've been wilding on the gram, right?" Because like with all these fucking Swanson videos, I'm doing no yoga instruction. You know what I mean? Seductively humping a fucking rock. That happened. Broad daylight.
I
bro.
saw that.
My
I was like,
favorite
yo.
shit.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about this too.
Yeah.
When we saw that, we're like, "Yo, what he's doing, he needs to keep
Yeah,
going."
yeah.
This shit is hard.
I even talked
Yeah.
about it when I
It's
hung out.
fucking tough,
I was
bro.
like, yo,
Yeah, no,
it's like
it's
everybody in this room is like, yo, T, keep doing that.
Because that's that
shit.
level of art.
back
That
to
shit
that
is
rock.
dope. True.
That's
To-
the thing.
to
Like,
me, that's
I've
very,
always
like-
been that, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if
Go
you
back
even
to
look
that
back,
rock.
like,
But things
lip
haven't
sync, I
shown
was
it
in
like
that
that
peak
to
unit
people.
hard, bro.
Yeah.
I was public thrusting the fuck out that
Oh,
crowd.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we could play the YouTube video. It's on there.
It'll hop
You'll
on,
find a
baby.
few. Yeah, I'm sure.
It's like, yeah, we'll play it down here, you know, under Jimmy's leg. You know, you'll see it.
Right here.
Yeah, but we have not seen that in a while. So you coming back with it, like even harder. It was just like, yo, that's so T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, and I agree. If people find that offensive, it's like they're
I've-
insecure.
Yo, this,
I've-
this man's hitting his true art form. All
Yeah,
right, leave
and
him
I
yeah,
alone.
had
and
a thing. I've always I had a talent show. I was 8 years old, second grade, and I performed Kiss Deuce. Right, so like that was probably the first and last time I had stage fright. Because like since then I knew like stage man is it for me.
It just
And
doesn't
so like
matter.
yeah. So
That's what's
like lip sync for me was like a way to like get that out. Like
Yeah,
it wasn't
get the-
necessarily an area where I can perform my own songs, but it was still performing nonetheless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still breaking that barrier
You-
early on.
yeah,
for
shakes
me.
out.
Like,
you were sharpening that blade of like, you know, just getting in front of people and just trying to do
Yeah.
something. Whether like you said, it wasn't your music, but it was just you were conquering that presence of being on the stage in front of like people.
Yeah,
I-
and then
that's
it helped. Then that helped with like when I was doing ministry, because I remember there was like this outreach that we had gone to. This was like 2013, like in SAC, I think. They were asking people if they had some sort of fucking talent or whatever to come up on stage. So it's just like, all right, I'll spit 16, you know, impress these people, and pastor ended up booking me for a fucking show. It's like my first paid gig. I was just like, that's fucking dope. So like, I just like, I don't know. As soon as like things just kind of started clicking for me in the sense of like, this is like it for me. And I took a break from 2014 to about 2017. And it shows in my resume, right? Mm-hmm. Because I had hit a moment when I was just like, I'm just gonna chase this shit. It's like, I'll do it as a hobby, but I'm not gonna chase it as a career. I'm just gonna like. And I really toned this shit down, and I shouldn't have, because like if I had just like, I don't want to live on ifs and shoulds, but like if I had not slowed down my momentum and just continued, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
it would have been crazy. But like, I'm just thankful, right, that like we're here now. You know what I mean? Like 2018 was like a huge year for me, and so like.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason.
This
that
last
you're here
year
now.
it was
20.
even a bigger year for me. You know what I mean? So
2018?
it's just like 2018. Yeah, because that was like when I went down my little like introspective journey, and that was when the mixtape Introspect came out.
Because that's when I came back as a vamp. Because
Yeah,
I had
that
that
is
hiatus
when
of
he came back.
2012 to 17.
And that is the
And
same
same
year.
thing as like if
Yeah.
I never had stopped,
Yeah.
would have been
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I
to me.
literally remember that same
Yeah.
year he came back. He was saying the exact things you were saying. Like,
Yeah.
like I should have never stopped. The momentum was going.
But like,
but he's
I'm
also
not.
glad that
I don't
he's here
feel let
too.
down.
Yeah,
like,
because you need. I feel like even though
It was-
saying
it
that
was
you
just meant.
needed that.
Yeah.
right now is like a
You need
perfect
that.
opportunity. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, my head is on fucking swivel. You know
Better,
what I
better
mean?
than that. The
Like,
environment now. It's
and
not
and
brittle.
It's definitely different. Like, you know, like we're older. Like you have a different perspective since you've grown. And
More
you've gotten
patient, less emotional.
Older. Yeah.
I think more in control of
The emotions,
Yeah.
directing the emotions
Yeah, see,
just wildly.
Yeah, see,
like-
and then that's how I feel with like my artwork too, man. Like,
Yep.
like it's like, you know, because I started basically the same time, the same year he did,
Mhm.
because he
Yeah.
pushed me the same way, and I wish I would have like kept it going sooner, because I started earlier before then, but I stopped, and then I just wish I would have kept going. But I feel the same way as in like now, like as I'm doing it now, I feel like there's a sense of like, you know, I'm more calm. I'm like very like I have more control of like how I feel towards everything. So
it
now
isn't.
everything really
It isn't
affects
a
me.
rush to make it.
Exactly. Yeah, now I know, like, if I just keep, like, this consistency and I'm constantly grinding or doing something, like, I know something's going to pop up for me at some point. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, like, force it or trying to push something. Like, if I want to do it, I'll do it. If I don't, I don't.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
'cause
not going to.
I think we all experience like all this. Even us being in this room just kind of came naturally without really forcing it.
Yep.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
just were doing what we wanted to do.
definitely
and then it just
kind of
happened.
happened.
You take any breaks,
No, I think he just started.
Fuck no.
or you
Yeah,
just
he
caught
just
wind and
started.
went?
He started
Which is-
2018,
exciting.
right?
Because he started off rip.
Yeah, you
Like
started in
that.
2018 also, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, I was
insane.
thinking about that. It's crazy. We all
Insane.
started the same year.
Yo,
Nah.
was this meant to become a boy band?
Shut the fuck up.
Come
You
on, the
guys
crop
willing
top.
to dance on
I'm
White
a-
Sand with me? Because I know
I'm
the
bringing the
Utah
shorts.
Flats have great scenery, bro. It's beautiful out there.
I'm bringing this short.
That's an actual fact. That is a gym. If
Bro,
you
I
want
wanna-
to watch
I wanna-
fucking location, you want to drive 3.5 hours, I'm giving you a fucking dime.
Bro, I
Jesus.
No, yeah, I started in
I'm giving you a
2018.
dime.
There was a moment when I did want to quit. You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
there's always moments like that. And if anybody knows me, knows the mental issues I deal with. But I wanted to quit, and I was like, even then, bro, like I don't want to quit so much to the points where I was like, one more album, because I can't let Ballistics be what I quit on.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? I was like, I gotta have something better. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, one more album. and
This would have never happened for me if I stopped.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
like, one more album, I'll quit. You know what I mean? But you
Taste
know,
of blood. You know.
I think the only reason why I wanted to quit was because shit wasn't really going nowhere. Because I was being stupid. I had a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
you feeling rushed. I always say, like, you want to quit when you feel rushed. It's like, yo, I'm not doing enough in life.
Right. Yeah. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? You know, 2021 has been easily the biggest year for me.
Nice.
And I don't want to quit because if this year was big, the next year's going to be bigger than the year following. You know what I mean? Especially as I learn more things. And even when I get to a moment when I do want to quit, I think the only moment I will quit is when I'm drop dead. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the only thing I want to do. If you catch me sitting there filing an application to become a career welder, just kill me right there. I don't care how much money they make. Because that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Straight.
And
on
you
wax.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, on wax. Yeah, right there.
Do what you want to do.
I like the snaps. I can get with the snaps.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the only shit I ever want to do.
Yeah, it's a blueprint.
Yeah, I just want to create. Yeah, whatever the fuck it is, I just want to create. Yeah.
That's
I
like,
kind of like, yeah, 'cause I did take like a little bit of a hiatus in 2018 when I first started, but like even then I wasn't really dropping songs.
Yeah.
And I really didn't have a following. So I, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really, you know, it didn't really even really matter. You know what I mean? Because like I wasn't like y'all in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in high school I thought being a rapper was fucking gay. You know what I mean? Because rappers rapped about the shit that I did. You know what I mean? It's like, y'all ain't about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I live this life, you just sit there, you be rich, and you talk about it. And look at me now. But
You spoke about viruses and pantses.
now he's talking about shit he ain't part of.
you know, I'm talking
Them
about
viruses
shit.
in girls' pants, bro.
Right. No, but I thought being a rapper was hella gay. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what changed my mind at that point, but I started off by myself. You know what I mean? I didn't have nobody to put me on, nothing like that. Like, and even if I did, they didn't want to because they thought being a rapper was gay. You know what I mean? They're like, you want to be a rapper? Fucking faggot? Get out of here. You don't put you on nobody.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, every connection that I made is, like, somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? I made that off myself. You know what I mean? Until I met Stu, who connected me with hella people. So now I kind of just ride on his coattails until I find somebody bigger and better to ride off
Another
of.
coat.
No, man. You
Shiny
do,
coat.
yeah,
Until
you do it.
I find another coat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And then he can ride on my
Then
coat.
I'm going to ride on his coat.
Right, exactly.
Because he
what
likes
I'm
to
saying?
do more than me. So I'm like, yeah.
a break,
I was the security guard to the door, and then everybody who goes in, I just like, all right, cool, thanks.
It's like, all right, you're good to go. You look good. Yeah, get
Yeah,
in.
you want a weekend hook? Sure.
You want to?
There you go. There you go. Remember me. Remember me.
Separate
right.
charge.
No,
Just like
and
chorus.
honestly, I'm kind of the same way too. Like everybody who's like asking for photography tips or just something about video. Like I kind of just like
Right.
show them the door and I just let them in, bro.
Yeah, you and me only
Yeah.
did a little amount of effort, and then everybody around us took over.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't even hurt me a bit.
No,
man.
I
If
love
anything-
it.
if anything, I'm happy.
I'm glad I don't have to put effort.
No,
Like, can you do this
exactly,
for me? Can you do this for
exactly.
me?
No, and I honestly, like people who watch this, like I'm happy for everyone who's like asked me for advice or help and is just taking it and just is successful as shit right now. Like I'm happy for them, like 100%, man. That doesn't hurt me. If anything, I feel proud and just happy for everybody who like, at least I've had some kind of input in, and they're just
And they just take
flowing,
over.
bro.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
I
makes-
love it. I
Nothing
love
makes
that
me more
shit.
happy than when it was like you give somebody the advice and then they just take over and they start doing more than you expected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because for me, how I feel at the end of the day, like I'm still gonna do what I want to do, and they're doing what they want to do. If they're happy,
Mhm.
I'm happy. I'm happy. They're happy.
Bro,
That's
the
it.
fucking shit turns into the opposite for me. It's not because like people do better than me and I get mad about it. I will never get upset at seeing a motherfucker win. I never will. I've never been a hater like that.
I
You know
used to
what
be a hater.
I love seeing people win.
but, you know,
Yeah,
you
I
gotta-
can see where people, because you know what I'm saying, like I would get jealous of people, but I'm the kind of guy where that jealousy turns into motivation.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's because you're a competitor, bro. You have that
Right,
competitive
yeah.
edge on you.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I
when
can see it.
yeah, but when it comes to me like giving people advice or like hooking them up, they just like take that advice and they're just like, nah, I don't want to do nothing with it, and I get pissed off at them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you have a reason for that.
Hell, I'm
No,
mad.
you shouldn't even have any emotion to that, right? Because like that ain't got nothing to do with you. You did
that is true.
you did everything with your best intention. What they responded with or how they reacted with that is on
Yeah,
them.
yeah, and I've been you know what I'm saying, like I've been getting better about it. You know what I mean?
Like-
At this point to where I'm at this point, I had a conversation with Stu. Stu and I had an intelligent conversation about this. I said, you know, I was trying to put this one cat on, and he was like, did that exact thing that I was just saying, and he was like, at this point, like you can't
force
you
people.
can't just give it to people. You got to let them show you that they want
Yep.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy was trying to like give him everything. Oh, we'll do the record at my place. We'll shoot you a video. I'm like, does he even want it? It sounds like you want it more than him. You can't do
like,
that.
yeah.
I've met cats like that too. Yeah,
I
do agree with that take.
Yeah.
I do agree with that take.
No, yeah, so do I. I just always want. I want to put people on, because nobody put me on.
Yeah, so yeah. See, for me, so far, everybody that's coming for help, like I can see that they want it. I see the eye of the tiger in those eyes. And I'm like, look, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna just get you started, and you just.
Yeah, it's so instantaneous when you see it. Like I saw it in you, Jimmy. It's like, yo, I want to do this shit. I'll do this, that, right? And you'll notice it when you meet that person. Somebody's gonna come to you.
Right.
They don't have anything, and you'll be like, shit, I see it. I see the fire. You hang around with them a bit, and then they start doing things on their own. You don't even have to tell them anything. It's like, shoot. And then they ask you questions like, hey, how do you do this? It's like, oh shit, man, I'm about to push you on, dude.
Yeah.
And that's how it's gonna be. It's never like, oh man, you see somebody who you're cool with, and then you're just trying to bring them up here. You need to do this, and they're just like, okay. All right.
I think I want to work on cars.
Yeah, what's that? Okay.
Jesus.
Hey man, I'd like to know, to work on cars. I'd like to know more about my car.
Fuck that.
that's
If
a
it
good
gets
thing
me
to
to
It's
where
not
I
a
need to
bad
go.
thing,
That's a
what I
good thing
mean?
to know.
You can only help those who want to help themselves.
Yeah, because then it's just no avail. Like you're just gonna tell them that, and like you said, they're just gonna not even do anything with it. So what's the point of you putting that effort in and
But
just helping you?
I do want to ask you this question, and it's because, do you feel like we were like the last generation of kids where it's like, however you grew up, that's how you're gonna be your whole life?
I'm right here.
No.
Wait,
Because like our parents were like, man,
I'm
it
like
is
nothing compared to like what I was 10, 20
yeah,
years.
Yeah,
but
neither am I.
back then the mentality was like,
I know,
you are who you are. You grew up where you grew up, and like that's it. You can't do anything else. Like there's no sense of change. Did you have a feeling of that back then?
Dude, if I stuck around with the shit that I was like surrounded with and I surrounded myself with, bro, I would not be here, right?
Yep.
Like, you reach a point when like,
I just feel like that was a mentality
Yeah.
of all of us back then.
yeah,
Cause like for me, it's like I didn't think people change. It's like, you see people on TV, they were born like that. That's how it is. Like I can't get any smarter than I am right now. I can't do more things than I am right now.
Yeah, see, for me, like I grew up, like my mom always told me people change all the time. I am a believer one bit, but then obviously as we got older, like you see it, and you're like, damn, my mom wasn't playing.
Yeah.
and my mom's always told me like people in high school like are never gonna like be your friends like forever because people change.
right.
And to be honest, I did think like we were all just gonna be like the same the whole time.
Cause we were like
but-
the last like TV kids. Like
Yeah,
we
we're the
just
last
had
TV
the
kids.
internet.
Yeah.
Like we still remember life before the internet, where you just had to knock on people's doors.
Yeah,
and stuff.
we're in that gap of where like
Right,
we knew what
it's
a
so
payphone
small.
was.
Well,
we had
used
to
it
buy
before.
albums before
World's so
LimeWire came.
small.
Yeah, we use payphones to know what that's like,
Yeah.
but like we don't,
Yeah, I'm just saying because the world around you was so small back then. It's like the only people you see who are impressive are on TV, and it's like that's not even real.
Mm.
So it's like, did you feel a sense of like entrapment back then? I know as a young man, we all feel that early on. It's like, yo, I'm trapped as this. That's why I feel like all of us as men go through a hard time because there's this like level of like, shit, I'm stuck.
Mm.
Do you feel that back then? Because you've gone through such a transformation. I feel like you had to have felt that at some point.
I stagnant for sure, right? And I think I blamed like there was a moment like what was it 2014? Yeah, I was like we had gone through our separation, so like I was like real suicidal, right? Like it was wild.
That, yeah.
And so like I had to leave Cali, come back here. And
that must have been like a weird like
like-
meta thing, huh? Like you left here originally, went there, and then you had come back.
yeah, I mean like ultimately like I wish I would have stayed. I'm probably gonna move back out there. It's just a matter of when. But like for the time, it was just best for like my mental,
Absolutely.
And so came out here and then just tried getting back, and then so I spent like I don't know, what was it, 2000, so like it was just relationship to relationship to relationship, and I think I spent more time trying to find love than I was working on music, and that was like during that
Straight.
2014
Been there, yeah.
2017 break.
Uh-huh.
And so it was just like, what the fuck. So 2018 was when like I realized like I had no sense of like, I knew I was insecure in things, right, but I had no sense of security, right? And so it was like I had to have that moment to like address things that was within myself, right? to like then be secure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like ever since then, it's just like now just breaking walls to like become more secure, because like again, men probably have the most insecurities in like the entire realm of existence, right? Because like
I believe that depends on what you've been through. You know what I mean? How hardened are you? You know what I mean? I feel like that really depends. You know what I'm saying?
security.
I mean, I feel like all men are.
Because like I feel like you can go through things, but like you still should not. Like you should, if you're still having insecurities from things that you've gone through, like bro, you've got to do some work. I feel right.
What do you mean by insecurities? Do you mean like shit that offends you, or like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. If people if you get offended by something that's disrespectful, okay, that's right, because you were disrespected, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you get offended by something that was not intentionally to be offensive, that's you.
You just turning yourself into a victim.
Yeah, like the difference between like
Yeah.
a doctor saying, "Hey, you're overweight," and then you get mad at him, and then somebody's like, "Oh, you're a fat piece of shit." There's like disrespect, and then there's you being.
There's
insecure.
the fact that you are that you are like unhealthy, right? That you are
Yeah,
overweight.
and it's like, okay, that's just information. That's not like a judgment on my character. But then the other person's coming at you aggressively. It's like, yo, you're a piece of shit, and you're trying to not only like attack my physical appearance, but also like my mental.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've never experienced that personally. I'm just one person out of billions. You know what I'm saying? But,
Wrong,
like,
you bastard. Nah.
fuck you talking about? Hell no.
You've been calling a lot of names.
Yeah, I've been called so many names. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've been through so much in my life where it's like, yo, I don't give a fuck what you call
No,
me.
but exactly. But that's what
Yeah.
we're trying to say. Like, it doesn't affect you because you know who you are. Like, it doesn't really matter. Like,
Yeah, I know who I am. It's just like another thing. It's like there's bigger things that I got to worry about than somebody calling me fat.
And I also feel the same way because, like, I mean, I don't get called names like that too, but you know, I get made fun of here and there. But I'm like, it doesn't affect me because I'm like, I know who I am. The fuck, you don't know me.
Right.
You know, shit like that. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, it's hard for me to really like care about what somebody says unless like it comes from somebody like y'all. Like, you know, I take what y'all say like seriously. Like, if you're gonna tell me something, you know, you're gonna be honest with me, then I appreciate that. Somebody I don't know, they don't know me. Well, what does it matter what they say? I'm like,
Right.
You don't know who I am.
Yeah, it isn't. An insecurity doesn't have to be something that like totally blockades your life. Like when we did the whole shoot and I was in the shorts, I'm insecure about my legs, but I was like, I don't care now.
Yeah.
So that was like, it doesn't have to be something like huge, like fucking, oh, this defines me who I am or whatever. It could be something small.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Like crooked teeth. Insecure about it, but like whatever.
Right.
You know, it is what it is.
I think I made fun of you like 3 times for
Oh,
your
yeah.
teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's.
Are you no longer insecure of it because of me?
I got mad quick.
No. It's just like
Oh, okay.
it's not something that like I try to run around anymore. I think that's when
Right.
it's an insecurity. Like you try to hide it and oh no, man,
You
you
got
fucked
something
up.
like to prove. I feel right. 'Cause,
Yeah, like-
that is like I feel like that is a sense of like you don't know who you are if you've got something to prove, right? Because it's just like you're trying to be something to somebody else, right? When if like
Right.
if you know who you are, then like you just got to be you, right?
Mhm.
So like
On
I don't
wax.
On wax.
I'm with the snaps. I forgot.
Every time we say on wax, it's
Yeah, on wax,
snaps.
on
Oh,
wax.
all right, on snaps.
There you go.
On wax. On snaps.
It takes all of our guests off guard.
Yep. Every
Remember
time.
Sky's reaction? He made fun of us.
Yeah. He was like, "Why y'all snapping?"
Yeah. Shit, what were we on now?
We were. I was at Shorty's house, bro. We got to
Time
talk
to
about
snap.
security, right?
Yeah.
Because she was at like.
yeah, the difference.
You were
between-
wilding on the gram, right? Because the whole videos and Wayne Swanson and shit like that. And so, like,
And that might be an
I had-
insecurity on her part that she's insecure about you doing that, so she brought it up to you.
I don't
What'd
think
you
she
feel?
was insecure. She
What?
knew who the fuck I was. She knew, like,
But why
She
would
know what she's
invited
like.
But then again, why would
she
you?
invited me that fucking night, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
I ain't
no.
saying she ain't feeling you.
You know who I was.
I'm just
She's like,
saying she
"Hey,
felt
can you do
insecure
that
about
rock?"
you doing
No,
that.
yeah, no. But she was like asking on behalf of her friends. She was just like, I guess they were inquiring if I was like gay. It was just like, no, but like that's the point, right? Like, what the fuck does it matter to you, right? Like, people get like
Right.
so invested in another person's fucking life, and they take it offensively, or they like.
But how? But
What was I say? My mom was watching a show, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the show was, but like there was a man. He was going on a date with his friend. He ended up getting stood up because dude shown up or met up with a shorty. He ended up dressing like a woman, right? So like he was walking home. I guess a guy was hollering on, just like how it normally goes, right? Which is a whole other thing, but I don't want to get off that tangent. So he was hollering out the window. scene, right? He was just like, okay, and then he got mad, starts spurting off all these fucking things. It's just like, fam, you could have just minded your fucking business, but like you've got this undealt with something inside of you that you got to work on, because if you are now to the point where you're verbalizing and harassing somebody to the point where you, because like the dude got out and like beat on dude, but it's just like, fam, like that's a TV show, but that shit happens, you know what I mean? So it's just like, and like
you see that shit going on with Lil Nas X. You see his whole situation.
Yeah, well, no, that's why I'm a huge supporter of dude, because it's just like, first of all, like homophobia has been like pretty strong in hip hop for a while. Like I even want to say like Kanye like addressed it too, like, and I think it's kind of like, I think it's overall whack to be like.
It's because hip hop stems from, you know what I'm saying, it stems from black culture, right? And the black culture at that time was in them trenches, right? You came from fucking Compton, it came from Harlem, it came from, you know what I'm saying, it came from the hood. It's hood culture at the end of the day.
But like this, we're talking about like people who are in love with another being. You know what I mean? So like you can still be in love with this being, right, and still be able to do hip hop, right? You should still be able to be
I'm saying it's just like the reason why homophobia is so rooted in hip hop is because hip hop is so rooted in hood culture. In the hood, when you see somebody gay,
dude, it's not just the hood who's homophobic, bro. The South is not the hood, and they're homophobic as fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just it's like the root is not just regional. It's just it is what it is, but it needs to just like cease. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is like we need to get to a point where men are not reacting on such aggression because a man loves another man, or a man identifies as a woman, or a woman identifies as a man, or a woman loves a woman. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's my whole point. That's the whole point behind Pogo. Mm-hmm. Pretty ones go off. I'm inviting anyone who enjoys feeling pretty, right? Good looking, right? You like to get done up. You like to look nice, and just have a night. Go off, right? Celebrate that. That's for everyone. You know what I mean? And like that's my approach now with writing, is to like really be inclusive, right? Because like I'm not trying to, first of all, I don't move in the sense of like offending people, you know what I mean? I always like move with respect. Unless somebody disrespect me, then like how I respond is how I respond, kind of thing.
Right.
But like for the most part, I'm moving with like good intention, right? So like, where was I going with this? My approach to writing, right? So it's just like I'm trying to think of like who's gonna hear this, you know what I mean? Is someone going to get offended by this line, you know what I mean? So it's just like that's why like saying things like they or there, right? Instead of like for a certain bar, instead of saying she or he, right? Mm-hmm.
Man, it sounds like a lot of work.
Nah, man.
You said it sounds like a lot of work.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it's a lot of work.
No, but I mean, but honestly, I respect that a lot about you in general, and that's why I
no,
love
that's
a lot
to
of music
that's
as well,
to
man.
be respected. Yes,
There's a lot of respect.
I would not
from
do that
all of us
myself,
in
but
here.
that's
my biggest thing, right? I'm just like, if I'm going to be here, I'd like to try to elevate it in some sort of fashion, right? Mm-hmm. And so if we can dismantle, you know, what it means to be a man or whatever, and what dismantle this like closed-mindedness, I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be. I think it's great.
To dismantle what it means to be a man is gonna be probably one of the most difficult things to do. Simply based off of the fact, because you're still gonna have those people that are very stubborn. Because the reason why certain traditions carry on so long is because humans don't have children because it's a survival instinct anymore. People have children because it's narcissism, right? You want to have a version of yourself, right? And you want to mold that version of you. Pretty much creating a fucking character.
If I've got money, I'm definitely having kids to pass that money down.
Yeah, it's either that or it's like, you know what I'm saying, like
break the will, motherfucker.
You know, but that's how views and traditions get passed down and all that stuff, because they believe that the way that they live was correct, and they want to make sure that their children live the same way. So people who are homophobic are going to do that. People who are racist are going to do that. People who are any of those things are going to do that as well.
Sure.
It's just it's a matter of narcissism, right? So deconstructing what it means to be as a man.
I think it's a matter of exposure. right? If you're not necessarily exposed to the reality that there are people who love men who are men,
right?
If you are not exposed to the fact that there are people who don't grow up in suburbs or like country fuck, you know what I mean, middle of nowhere, you know what I mean, where it's like predominantly white or whatever, you know, like their culture shock is a thing for people, like, but like if you're not exposed to that, you're not gonna change the view of like, oh, this set tradition is fucking wrong. You get what I'm saying?
Right. That's why I believe people fucking don't like Lil Nas X so much, because they don't want their children exposed to homosexuality, because they don't want their children to be homophobic for whatever reason. But Lil Nas X is so fucking big, it's impossible to do it. And
He's
they're
a creative genius.
they are like, you know, they're doomed, or not doomed. They're what's the fucking word? They're, for lack of a better word, they're destined to be exposed to that. You know what I mean? Because of how big his platform is. You know what I mean? I think he's a fucking genius for playing on that shit.
I think there's other ways of exposure, right? I think we do even more damage when it's just like going clothes shopping, right? Like your son might like soft pink. I fucking love soft pink, bro. Like abso-fucking-lutely. It's a fluorescent, whatever. If it's on gray, dude, I got Adidas that's like a soft pink. It's beautiful. Anyway. But most parents, right, will have the reaction of like, oh, that's a girl's color, so like let's get you a boy's color. It's just like, okay, why, right? If you expose him to like pink, he's gonna, you know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna grow up and like, oh, I like Billy from school, you know? And if he likes Billy from school, right, like, I'm not saying you don't have to like encourage that, but you don't have to discourage that either. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, if anything, it's just like, what do you mean you like Billy from school, right? I don't know. It's at some point we need to realize traditions were traditions for a reason, but like we got to break tradition, bro. Like the wheels it's got to stop. So and I'm just trying to, how do we speak that into existence? You know
real quick, something controversial. Do you believe that's why transsexuals exist? Due to traditions that we have, right? Pink is a girl color, blue is a boy color. Boys who grew up fonding the color pink believe they're women, so therefore they make that transition due to traditions that we set up.
I don't think people identify with being a woman or man or even non-binary, right? Based on traditions. I think it's deeper than that, fam. I think it goes back to like being in tune with your consciousness and like being aware of thyself. Like just like, I don't know.
But tradition says that, okay, these things that you like are female-like, therefore you must be a woman, right? If we didn't have those traditions, it's like, oh, you just like that shit. You're just a person at the end of the day. You don't have to alter your genitalia.
Bro, I take bubble baths, right, with bath bombs. This is an actual fucking thing.
Hey, I fuck with a bath. I like baths. Baths are fire.
But like that doesn't necessarily mean that like I'm going to feel like, okay, now I identify as a woman, right? Because you're saying like transsexuals exist because of tradition, right? Or that's what you're asking?
Very loosely, yes. Okay. Because I understand there are some people who are beyond that. They're like, yeah, I'm not going to believe I'm a female because I like bubble baths and wearing crop tops, right? You're not going to believe you believe you're a man because, you feel like a man. But I feel like some of the, some other individuals may believe those things if they like so many female characteristics about themselves, wearing dresses, wearing heels, taking baths, cross-dressing, for example. At some point, they're going to believe it's like, oh, maybe I wasn't meant to be a boy because I'm not traditionally wearing boy shit, doing boy shit. I'm doing girl shit. You know what I'm saying? So they go off believing that they're meant to be a woman, right?
But where are these traditions coming from? Is it media, right? Because that goes back to exposure and representation.
No.
If we're not,
at the very base of it, tradition comes from the fact that there's a girls section at Ross and there's a boys section as well.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about, right? It's just like, yeah, I fuck with all this girl shit. I don't fuck with any of this boy shit. I must be a woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, part of them may or may not trick themselves. And this isn't me, by the way, saying that, like, you shouldn't be transgender. And, like, you want to do what you want. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying.
But the real problem is.
What's the real problem,
The real problem is hormone blockers on young children.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So, there's a thing going on right now, right? It's been going on for a while. It's like, oh, let's say fucking Billy's 13 years old. He feels like a woman. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But
do not give him no motherfucking
but then they
hormonal
give him-
blockers.
They give him the right to choose to be a girl physically, so he gets the transformation
That's
at that age.
oh my god, that's so much
So
worse.
wouldn't the rule of being 18 come into play, because 18 is
Yeah.
by
But there's
like
people who say,
psychologically you are
yeah.
but there's people who go on the line
What
saying
is it,
like, oh, Billy's his own
progressed enough
person.
to like make that decision.
No, fuck that.
Yeah.
Billy is not his own person.
Person.
He is only 13 years old. Okay, he is still his parents' person. He shouldn't. He shouldn't
Yeah.
fucking don't let him alter his
Hormone
actual
blockers to like
physical.
girls and boys, destroying their reproductive systems for the
Yeah.
rest of their lives, and you don't know if they're gonna be that way all their lives. They're like,
Exactly.
oh, they turn like 25 and actually, I want to be a boy again, but messed up.
Hey fool, you cut off your dick.
Yeah, at 13,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
find a problem with that? With parents just like
I'll tell you
forcing it on their
I find it
kids?
It's
major-
like
find it
I
major
feel like
problem.
it goes back to what I was saying, right? It's just like I'm not necessarily saying encourage it, right? But like I'm also saying, but at the same time, I'm saying don't discourage it, right? Like
Yeah, but
if,
don't
if
let
they're
underage
going,
kids, though?
listen, if you're 13 years old and you're going to the like doctor, right? Like the doctor should be the one saying I'm not doing this because you're 13 fucking years old. You know what I mean?
right.
yeah, but then it's
because
like
they'll need that parent's consent, obviously.
But then when-
as
when-
well.
But
Well,
at the same
parents
time,
are
it
at
also
it.
falls on you as a responsibility of the parent to step in and be like, listen, bro, you can feel like a girl, you can dress like a girl, do your thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I ain't letting you cut your fucking dick off just yet. You gonna wait
Yeah.
till you're out of this house.
yeah.
You gonna wait
Well,
till
not
you-
even that,
not
right?
even
Let's
that.
have
Wait,
this conversation
yeah.
like in a few years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
Right.
let's circle back to this.
Yep.
What's the journey like going to be in 3 years,
No,
bro? You're
exactly.
going to
Yeah.
feel the same way or not?
Yeah, there's
like,
probably gonna be some regret.
that's
And it's
all.
gonna end up in a different. It's gonna be a different thing going on after that
Yeah.
too. But
And
yeah,
and
do
that's
agree
kind of
with
part of my argument. Why does Billy feel that way? Is it because he is just so? Because our traditions say that this shit is boy shit, but he's more into girl shit. Now he wants to cut off his genitalia
yeah,
because
I'm cool
his
with
mind,
all of
because his
it,
young mind
except
tricks him
allowing
into believing that like
allowing them to choose to cut off their own genitals or have hormone blockers or any like reproductive like changes at that age.
I know, but believing that you should at that age as well. It's just not this. This isn't including like what the action of the parents or what the action of the doctors is. This is including the action of Billy's mind. Billy's sitting there thinking that he should be a woman simply because he likes more girl shit than boy shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And his consciousness and his soul tells him that it's deeper than that, and so he goes off believing that he needs to be a woman. Right? Hopefully his parents are intelligent enough to not let him make any fucking major alterations to his body. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, hopefully his parents are supportive enough to let him kind of do his fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that one day Billy doesn't fucking kill himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
so you're basically saying like let Billy experiment,
let
do his
let
thing,
Billy,
Yeah,
let
let
Billy
and then
do
when the
his
time
shit.
comes, they're gonna revisit that conversation.
Yeah, let that motherfucker do
Yeah.
his shit. You know what I'm saying? Let him dress
Let
up
him
as a
figure it
girl.
out. Yeah,
All
yeah.
that stuff. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
let Billy figure it
yeah,
out.
it's the 21st fucking
Yeah.
century. You
You're
know
not
what I mean?
you're not
Doing
gonna
something
shun
mean to it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
You're not gonna shun Billy, but you're
Yeah,
gonna
no.
like
Let him
encourage
do
him.
it.
You're there to support Billy.
Right, but what I was saying is that I feel like this is how I think. I feel like the reason why there's a lot of transsexuals is because of these traditions that we put in place. Because of these traditions of this is girl shit, this is boy shit. You know what I mean? Like people that like girl shit more than boy shit, but they're dudes, believe that they're a woman, right? And your consciousness tricks you into thinking that you need to be a woman. When at the end of the day, you're just a fucking person who likes what you like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I think, and that's I feel like it's kind of ironic in a sense because a lot of the people who are against transsexuals, it's like it's kind of your fault. You know what I mean? That they exist. If this is the real fucking problem, if this is like the real reason why,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I don't have an issue with transvestites and nothing like that.
So
It's like,
why
do
does
what you want.
why does the existence of transsexuals or people who identify differently have to be the blame of somebody? Why does it have to be the blame? This is why they exist, because we have it like this. Why can't they just exist? Right?
No, they can
having the
exist, but it's
reason,
just
right?
like,
Right.
but is there like a deeper level to that? Is it because we as a society somewhere did something, implemented these traditions to where now they believe that they are this instead of that? It's not, I'm not firmly putting the blame on anything, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just pondering, you know what I mean?
Just finding out.
Because
the
it's
source.
curious, you know what I mean? It's
And, like,
curious.
we should know how most things get created, right?
Right.
Because it's like, you know, somebody gets obese, right? And they're like, oh, obesity is a problem. It's like, why don't you just let obese people be and we don't have to figure out like where they're coming, like how it started.
Right.
You know, I feel like it's like that. You feel what I'm saying?
Kind of.
I feel like that's.
You kind of
like,
have to
we
be
should
careful
know
with that one.
if they're gonna be that way. Let them be that way. But like,
Right.
we should know how somebody gets there. Like everything else. Like, you know, it's like, oh, how does this community thrive over like 20 years or whatever? You know, like I feel like as humanity, we should know everything how it gets there, as much as we can, so we can like improve it.
Sure.
Right.
Right, because that's our goal. Right.
To progress and evolve. Yeah, I'd hope.
Progress and evolve.
I don't know.
Well, all right, then, y'all. We're coming up on time.
All right, dude. We didn't even get to Travis Wayne now. That's crazy.
I
We
know.
just spoke about T-Virus. That's
I know,
dude.
I know. That's
wow.
We're gonna have to have you back on to finish this
Crazy
conversation.
time. Yeah, we're gonna have a part 2, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, there's obviously
up,
like, with Sky.
I'm sorry we did not talk dick about music other than like past shit.
Nah, dude, it's
It's
all
just
good,
like-
man. No,
talked
it's
about
all
spirituality.
and honestly, like what I really want to have a conversation was just the spiritual stuff that you're in, and that's what we got into.
Yeah,
and we got into.
'cause I said it
other
earlier.
conversations.
That goes to show how interesting you are. All right. That we didn't even
Yeah.
touch the music part really. Of, like,
Yeah, and we're
anything
trying to
relevant.
showcase you, dude.
Yeah.
We're trying to see like the person that we see in like we see you as. Like we want other people to
Who
like,
you know I am.
yeah,
I appreciate
get to know this man. Reach
Oh, he's
reach
su-
out to him.
he's super
Yo, listen to
I don't have
Plug,
to.
yo.
It's okay.
Yo, listen.
That's okay. Don't reach out to me.
Don't follow me.
No,
Follow us,
no,
man.
no. Don't message me, please.
No, this dude is so creative.
Message him quickly.
He's so in his spirit.
Go after him.
He's doing crazy things.
Pick his brain.
He's coming out more, dude.
Touch his hat.
He's exciting to watch. You know what I mean?
It really is.
His
You need to
music
get back
is-
into doing that
Tell
Wayne
him-
Swanson shit.
Tell
dog.
him to show you his chest tattoo. He will literally send you a pic.
His
No
pro-
lie. No shame.
lie.
Process so unique. Life is
You
so
can
unique.
buy it on
Listen,
OF,
this is-
bro.
this is how
It's
open this man
$20
is.
a fucking month.
This is how open this man is.
Yeah,
When
I
I
wanna see
needed
my
a profile
chest.
picture for his fucking contact picture on my phone, I was like, "Can you send me a Wayne Swanson pic?" And he did. He sent me a Wayne Swanson pic.
I'm lying down in a
My
fucking
man.
towel.
That's what I'm talking
It's like-
about.
it's like
Said,
one of
you
my-
asking a grown man for a pic, bro? You
Yes,
said,
sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Give it to me.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Wayne
yeah.
Swanson.
I respect that.
Give me that Wayne.
I need that Wayne Swanson photo because it's iconic. I feel like Wayne Swanson's so iconic. You need to do it again. Why did you stop?
Yeah,
Last
dude.
question
Who
before
said-
we end this.
Who's-
Why did you
who's-
stop?
Who said I stopped?
That's it, baby.
That's
It's
how
been
we-
the blueprint.
That's
That's
how
all
it
it
is.
is.
Careful with that thing. I don't know what's
I'm
following
so
you.
sorry.
Almost fine.
Go stream Pogo. Go stream the 006 remix.
All caps on facts.
All caps, no facts on Wex.
No facts.
And we.
All facts, no cap on wax. There we go.
And we.
All cap, no facts on.
No, all facts, no
And
cap.
we are out.
All facts, no caps
We're
on
out.
Wex.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Coming live from the Hidden Bee Village. Say, you smell like my boyfriend. You smell like lavender, who'll get the fuck out of here. Got a man, I suggest you text him. Are you the type to cheat? I think it's best you ex him. If he's the type to creep, this will only upset him. Cause I'm the type to beat and straight disrespect him. Oh yeah, now why you wanna make me do that? I'm beaming with my team and honestly just trying to cool back. I'm on a J or two, or you and Scooby working on a back. Black Lee on my lap where her face says she got a deep throat, that's a face tat. Just trying to get your mane to shake. She know I come with game, it tastes great. Cancer, sun, Pisces, moon, wetter than Great Lakes. When the weather permits umbrellas, I heard it's raining men out. Complimenting my hair, ooh shit, we friends now. Setting up nail days by the gold in the French out. Empty handed with you, Wody, have her sipping hen pal. Arthur Fist, cause his chick with the 6 now. Oh lord, come get this chick out my chest. This white girl waist, is she a mess? Not the type to say shit, she got me stressed. And her man's over here looking pressed. Come get this chick out my chest. Come get this chick out my chest. Come get this chick out my chest before he wind up upset, feeling disrespected. Seen me in pigtails, sparked a conversation, said we need to have a hair day. She probably trying to braid them, talking nails, file and paying them. Fuck around and have a girls' night out and have you pay, and I ain't playing. Came to sip, smoke, and celebrate, homie. Got way too comfortable and don't even know. Oh, she's drunk, ooh, funny way of showing in my chest. Took a deep breath, you know what she told me? You smell like my boyfriend, ho, get the fuck out of here. I smell of lavender, you acting out cause Travis here. Looking at me like a Klondike. If her man were here, I'ma need a throat wide open receiver, go deep. I got the drip to put the bass in your throat. I got the switch if you've been pacing the flow. Putting the Magni Mag to exfoliate these hoes. In the bath with a face mask, I elevate these hoes. Somebody better get her. Come get this chick out my chest. This white girl wasted, she a mess. Not the type to say shit, she got me stressed. And her man's over here looking pressed. Come get this chick out my chest. Come get his chick out my chest. Come get your chick out my chest before you wind up upset, feeling disrespected. Said her name was Scarlett. Tendencies of a harlot. Said her name was Scarlett.